Welcome to another live stream of the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew.
I'm Dave.
I'm Conrad.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Bill.
We're all here again to go through another little episode. We've got a lot to get through, as always. So we have King of the Riff. This time around, we're going to be doing our second wildcard round, which sees Death Cut Armageddon from Dimmu Borgir going up against Volbeat's Outlaw Gentlemen and Shady Ladies. We'll have our songs of the week, as always. We've got all the usual stuff, including the final little bit there. We're going to pick album artists for our glam builder band kind of thing. We'll go through and pick off the score from last week and that as well. We've got a new game to play tonight as well. So there's a whole lot of fun and games going on. There are reference tracks for everyone to check out in the description box. Make sure you hit those. We'll put them in the chat as we go through. But for those that are tuning in later on or can't see those ones in the chat, then yeah, we'll have them there for everyone to check out whenever they do so. While you're looking through that little box there, make sure you give us a like, a follow, subscribe, choose your favorite platform to go through and give us a follow there. And do the same for our fantastic sponsors. A big thank you to Squid Ink Screenprinting, Alt-Cvlt and Rockstar Finance, as always. That's the usual stuff there. We've got heaps to get through, as always. I'm waiting to see if any comments are coming through, but I'm not sure at this point in time. So it's all very, very quiet today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're all watching the soccer. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe they thought we were streaming on Wednesday. Again. I'm tuned in last night. No one's sure what happened.
Yeah, so I'm just sort of seeing what happens here. I've got some. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see if it's coming through on StreamYard. No, the comments aren't coming through on StreamYard for YouTube for some reason, so we'll have to jump back and forth between this and YouTube, which is awesome. So over on YouTube, we've got comments from Nicole saying evening all, Andrew saying good evening to all of you, and Darren is saying hey all as well. So thanks for jumping in and saying hi. I'm going to have to do that again, where I'm going to go back and forth, jumping between comments and different screens and stuff. So this is going to be fun and games tonight. All right, let's hopefully see that YouTube will fix that as we go through. I'm not sure why that does that every so often, but it's a random one. All righty, but at least we've got people there, so that's all good. Okay, I guess without any further ado, we'll just get stuck in and start doing the rounds. Dave, how has your week been?
Yeah, it has been a good week, but a very busy week. I don't even know where the hell to start. Yeah, work has been insanely busy. New machines up and running. That takes ages, and we're still getting our head around it, but that's all cool, and work is work. And luckily I can listen to music all day, or most of the day, so that's good. And had some good albums to listen to this week. Really good albums, actually. Yeah, kids are busy. Jade's been accepted at her high school, so we got that letter come through. So it's official now. We got to do all that paperwork and get her a uniform and get her books. And my baby's growing up, but she's really grown a lot this year. She's got some new friends. She's walking up to the library all by herself with her best friend. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm getting old. The babies are growing up. Rory, we went to the library all together, and Rory found the book that he was after, so he was stoked because usually they don't have it. Yeah, apart from that, been listening to music, watching horror movies, which is always good. How you doing, Conrad?
Yeah, good. A bit busy myself, a bit of running around to do. Still got a lot of stuff to sort out here in London with housing, obviously, and finding a job. Trying to kind of do both at the same time is a bit hard. But it's got to be done. You got to crack on with it. Had a job interview, crashed and burned miserably. Went and picked up a suit yesterday. I'll show you my swanky new suit.
Ooh.
Cool.
Nice.
It's got grand.
Wow.
It's grand. It's got grand. I got a couple of shirts. I got trousers, and
wow,
it's brand new. Brand new suit. I got grand to me.
Dude.
The job center.
Wow.
You should have worn it in the stream, man.
It's called Suited and Booted, where they get donations. Some of the donations they get are brand new. It's a brand new suit bag.
Wow. They're the bag.
Jacket came with a couple of jackets. Came with a couple of pairs of shoes.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm
certainly
ready. Yeah, so that was good. I've got got a decent suit and some outfits and jackets and stuff. So
nice.
That's good. Yeah, that's good clobber. That's decent stuff too. It's not cheap shite.
Yeah.
Good. So I'll be looking the part at least.
Yeah. That's half the battle, isn't it? That's half the battle.
I'll be looking the part. So yeah. And I had a gig on Sunday night. I went to Metalworks, who is that covers band in Camden. They've been going for about 23 years now, that band. Nice. They play every Sunday in Camden.
Wow.
And they do rock metal covers, and they did like an Iron Maiden set first, and then one band did an Iron Maiden set first. Metalworks come on and do other rock and metal covers, but it gave birth to some really good people. Like Richie Faulkner got his gig in Priest because of the band. You have good people playing with the band. You have Pete Friesman from Alice Cooper's band. You have Les Binks from Judas Priest. So it's given birth, and people from Bruce Dickinson's band have played with these guys. So it's like a rotation of who's who of the London sort of rock royalty here in London. Get good people playing with them, and also giving opportunities to people to get discovered as well.
Yeah,
to do bigger and better things. So I saw them Sunday night. They were good.
Nice.
And I've got a gig. I'm off to a festival tomorrow.
Sweet.
I'm off to another rock festival tomorrow. Made in Stone Fest, it's called.
Yep.
Made in Stone Fest, yeah.
Yep.
It's taken over from Rambling Man because Rambling Man died in the ass, so this one's come in and try and
what sort of bands are on that lineup?
a lot of unknown British, but
Yeah,
you guys
cool.
probably wouldn't know them. A lot of British bands because they've got the big budget.
Yep.
Rambling Man never had a massive budget, but it certainly hasn't got that budget yet. But Airborne will be on it. So
Nice.
Airborne on it. But other than that, Glenn Hughes from Deep Purple's on it.
Nice.
But it's half decent bands. And
Nice.
that band that I posted,
Yes.
you guys listen to, they're playing. So
Fury.
Get to that.
and that was one of the reasons I posted them. I'm like, well, I've got to check these out. So
Yes.
I'll go see them. So yeah.
Spoiler alert, I think that one went okay, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Oh, shut up. Sorry. So Jeff, how was your week?
Oh yeah. Oh, my week was beautiful. No, fuck that. It was the worst week from hell. Week from hell. And but I am here. That which doesn't kill you doesn't kill you. I won't say it makes you stronger. It just doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
I'm here, so yeah. I guess that's a good thing. I tell you what. I mentioned this to Dave. I think it was. I all week I've just been jonesing to get onto this show because this is like there has to be some light at the end of the tunnel, and this is it.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy to be here. So really am, because there was times when I thought, fuck, man, I'm just gonna go out back and go out the back door and play in the freeway. It was a bad week. Yeah, it was a fucked up week.
Wow.
But you get through it. You get through it, right? So, and Dave, what you said there about your son going to the library and stuff, that just flooded my head with like thoughts of like when I was a kid, there was a library about a block and a half away from my house, and when I wasn't at home or listening to music or hanging out with my friends, I was at that fucking library, and it was like, when you saw the book that you wanted, and you just sit down and basically sit down and read half it in the library, and then take it home. Yeah, man, memories.
You guys were nuts, man.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. Reading is just like expands.
Reading's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jade and a group of her friends took their first solo trip up to the library a few weeks ago, so she got her own library card. So we got one for Rory as well. He's got his own little library card, so he can go with everyone.
It's such a liberating feeling as well.
Yeah, we got him one of the Bad Guy books for his birthday about a month ago. He loved that, and then he wanted to buy with his leftover money the box set of the 15 that's out. So we found book 16. I think there's 18 books now. So they've both got these series that they're all trying to get all the volumes of.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, we've always read to both of them since they were really little, and they're both ahead. They're both ahead in their reading, which is great.
It's better to have children reading than playing video games. Put it that way.
Oh,
Well, they both love video games too, especially my son. But every night we'll alternate. So I've spent about a year reading Jade the Harry Potter books. Read them all 8 of them.
Wow,
So that was cool.
that's that's quite the read. Because I know the Harry Potter books, when they start out, they're quite young, but as they grow, as Harry grows, they get more and more adult.
Yep.
So good shit. Good shit. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for me. So over to Bill, wherever the fuck that way. Bell.
This way. I've done sweet fuck all. I don't even think I've left the house since the weekend. Literally haven't left the house since the weekend. I'm not even sure I left the house on the weekend because I was sick.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Yeah.
I had Friday off and I was sick Saturday and I was a bit better Sunday. And then I work from home on Monday. I'd normally go into Hobart, into the office, but I didn't. I'm like, still a bit. And then I go into the office on Friday. So I'll go in tomorrow. So, yeah, I haven't left the house for a week.
Wow.
Literally. So, yeah, I've just been working and not leaving the house. That's pretty much what I've been doing. So not very exciting. I was going to mention something, but I actually might make that my bin.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, cool.
But I
Feeling better?
also read to my children when they were little. In fact, that's sort of how I got them to start speaking, because you have those books with like a picture of an apple and the word apple, and you get them to try and say apple, and that's kind of how they start speaking.
Yeah.
So really important. Anyone with little kids or babies out there, do it.
Yep.
It's well worth it.
Dodge that bullet.
You missed out, man.
Yeah.
No.
It's fun and games all around. That's But you're feeling better, Belle? Like you're on the mend?
I'm better. Yeah, I was better by Tuesday.
Okay.
Nice.
Like
Glad to hear.
100%. So yeah, I've had a bad run of getting sick this year. A really bad run. I don't know why. But I'm all good. Yeah.
Well, still the rest of the year. Hopefully the rest
still the rest of the year to get healthy or thick again. Whatever.
Nice shirt, by the way. I like the shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
What is it?
Only a couple of months old.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
I was going to wear this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which basically, it's like massive on me and I kind of just sleep in it rather than wear it. But
two favorites, Belle. What are you doing to me?
It's going to be my fuck you and your 4 out of 10 protest shirt, Andrew.
I earned that one. Oh, that was good.
But yeah, I swim in it, so I didn't.
There you go. Oh, I love this sass. Sass is good. Off to a good start.
It is.
How are you though? You all good?
Oh yeah. Packing, going nuts here, doing that now. So it's we've got, what is it? So this coming Monday week we're on the road. So it's that close now. So it's really come on quick. So what's that make? That makes it, I don't know, 8 days, no more than that. I don't know anymore.
Are you driving up?
Yeah, we're driving up, taking 2 cars. So it's going to take us a bit of time to do that as well. So it's going to take us a couple of days.
You've got hotels on the way.
No, we won't do that. We'll just sort of crash in the car and just get some sleep here and there. We're both really good at it. We both do. We do the drive up there every year anyway, and we normally do it in less than 24 hours. Just smash it out. One of us drives with the other one sleeps, just rotate through. So this time around, we'll take breaks. We've got the old dog, so we'll have to stop every sort of 2 hours for her anyway. So we'll take it pretty cruisy and easy, and just sort of get some sleep when we need it, and then just sort of hit the road for a couple of hours, and pull over and just see how we are. And that's it, because we've got to take 2 cars up there. So Jody will have hers, and I'll have the ute with the trailer on the back and the dogs in the back seat. And then just sort of going from there. But now we're just sort of getting through, sorting out the yard at the last of it, and it's my last broadcast in this room because I'm pulling this all down tomorrow. And then
I presume we'll be off for a couple of weeks.
I was hoping to get back to a stream next week, but I'm not sure it's going to work because I have to use Wednesday night to prep, and then Thursday night we stream, and I can't realistically justify losing 2 nights.
Fair enough.
I'm going to move
in
on
your own time. In your own time, when you can.
Yeah, but so
if it takes a month, so be it. You know,
we'll have some things worked out, but I'll try and get some stuff in the works as soon as I can in that regard. I'll try and keep everyone up to date, you guys and the public included, but it's just going to be a bit of a hectic sort of couple of weeks in particular, because get through this week. Next week's all about just getting everything, the final thing set up, and then we'll hit the road and get up there. I've got internet sorted out, so I've just got to get it all sort of plugged in and going. So if I've got that going, I should be able to get into the swing of things relatively quickly, but we'll see how we go. But that's the long and short of it. Everything's good. Just now it's just like I've been saying, but now it's really like we've got like a week to go. So it's when you're moving 2,000 kilometers, a week away. There's a lot to do. So that's what we're doing now. Just getting ready for that. And then also on top of that, like the next week and a bit's just all catching up people that want to see us before we go and all that kind of stuff as well. So it gets a bit hectic with, family and that, trying to catch up with you one more time before, because you're going a long way away. So it's not, you don't know when you're going to see them all next kind of thing. You will, but you just don't know when exactly. So everyone wants to sort of get that last little come and have a coffee or a drink or whatever before you head off. So doing those rounds as well. But no, it's all good. All good. Just means we're liked, which is nice. So
yes.
Post the alternative, which is good. Everything's good. Just like I said, flat out. So I'll keep everyone posted about next week, and we'll just sort of work it out as we go through. Let's get some comments. What have we got here? We do have comments from Twitch and Facebook on here. YouTube's still not coming through. I'm going to jump over there for a second. So I said before, Darren said, hey, Edge Crusher says evening. Rowan's giving us the horns. Kieran, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in on the YouTube side of things there. Same with Michael. Good evening, everyone. And Man Family there as well, saying, go Matilda's goal. Well, hopefully they got a goal. Keep us posted. Guys, let us know what the score is over there. I'm curious myself. I used to help my sister coach a girls' soccer team years ago, so I've got a bit of an interest in it. What do we got here? Guy, as always, is here saying, hello, Rockers. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're keeping well over there. Brendan's on Facebook saying, I discovered Aussie via the library's record rentals back as a kid. Wow. I remember that. That's cool. That is cool. That's awesome. Vinny's here, which means we're going to have a lot of fun. Legends. I used to love reading myself, although once I discovered the words spaghetti and bolognese, reckon I stacked on 20 kilos by the time I hit high school. That little Italian meatball I was as a teenager. So there we go. Chris is here too, saying, evening, awesome people. It says I'm late. Acoustic duo rehearsals night. Doesn't matter what time you get here, so long as you get here, it's all good. Never worry about
being late too.
No, we're always late. The day where people will die of shock. I think that's what'll happen. All right. Another new comment. What have we got here? Okay. Vinny says Aussie scored 1-0 by a penalty. Nice. Cool. Keep us updated, folks. Looking forward to seeing how that turns out. All righty. Time to go to our songs of the week. And we're going to start off with Dave's choice this time around. So in the comments, in the description box, here we go. You have a link to the band is Edge of Paradise. The track is Basilisk. This is from the American band's third studio album, Hologram, which was just released in July. Oh, it's about a week ago now. I think it was last Friday, even from memory. This is Dave's pick of the week. So what made you find this one, Dave?
Yeah, what made me find this? I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, so I'll just say that in the chat, somebody picked something that was out of character. So I'm like, oh, fuck, do I have to pick an industrial song now? So I tried and I almost gave up because that just doesn't come up on my radar. But on Spotify release radar, this band came up, and I know this band because I've been following them since they covered The Who's Love Reign Over Me, which is the original is fucking fantastic. The cover's pretty good. Not exactly industrial, but they got some industrial elements, so that's why I went with this. It's kind of similar to what Battle Beast do, but a little bit less symphonic. So it gets a pass. This is really cool. Heavy guitar riff, the solo's fucking awesome, but the vocals are what really stand out for me. She's got an amazing voice, and that whole chorus, look into my eyes, that just hits you in the face. I thought that was really cool. But I don't know everything this band has done, but from what I've heard from this and some of the tracks that this album is off, they're really good at what they do. So definitely worth checking out.
Cool. I'm going to follow up this one, and then I'm going to say that, it's a cool but slightly different take on sort of modern metal. It kind of puts me in mind of Bella Sierra, actually. Dave, you'd remember that band. But the vocals, there's a certain way that Crystal used to deliver the vocals compared to this. I reckon a comparison that can be made. But either way, powerful female vocals drive this thing. I like the use of her vocal range in particular, as well as the layering and the delay they used in the production to sort of really bring the impact there. It's really riff-driven, energetic. I get what you mean by this. The slightly industrialized elements. Not really industrial, but you could make a case for it to a point. But there's some nice gear changes in the song. There's a bit to take in with this one, more than you might think, actually, because there's some nice little sort of tempo changes and space moments left. There's almost like a pop side to this as well. It's more with the tones and certain vocal emphasis at different points. But overall, it's a really gritty and gnarly kind of a track, which is cool. Not much of a solo in this one, but there is some nice lead work throughout, just little noodling bits here and there. And the subtle use of synth across the song was really nice as well. it's a good little track. Not anything super new. They're not breaking, the mold, so to speak, but there's still something unique. And I think it's more to do with the vocals. That part is what really makes this one stand out. No, I did enjoy it. I'd love to give the album a spin. So for me, that was a nice pickup there, Dave.
Cool.
Well done. Let's go to Jeff next.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I thought
No.
You liked it that much, you ran away. You liked it that much.
Stop talking.
Wow. Well done. Oh, no, here we go. I think he's back in now.
He went off to have a wank.
What the fuck?
but it happened. So I'm back.
Well
Sorry,
done.
It happens.
Shit happens. Doesn't usually happen to me. But all right.
It happened to me on Sunday, man. I know the pain.
I know that was I remember that somebody asked you a question. You was like,
Yeah, fucking thing froze.
and it was like, wow, you really like this song, Dave. And it was just like it took us all about a minute to realize you were frozen.
Oh, the scream. Yeah, that
Yeah, it was awesome. I was
fun.
laughing, man.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, Edge of Paradise, Basilisk. Now, I like this song a lot. I thought it had a lot of great groove. I must say, I love the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
I love the visuals. Good chorus, nice, very accessible.
Yeah.
Lots of energy. Love the visuals, and yeah, tasteful guitar solos, and I love the visuals. So it was just a good song and nice video. I liked it. So it was a good pick. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Love the visuals.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah.
Jeff coming in with a deep analysis on this one.
Yes, it was very deep. I left my box of tissues out of reach. Where are they? No, they're gone.
Okay.
But no, I'm just kidding. But look, no, it was a good song, and I really did. In all seriousness, I thought that there was something about it. It reminded me of something, and I'm not quite sure what it was. There was just something familiar about it, and I was sure I'd never heard them before. So I don't know, but that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. There is something about it that's got a bit of a charm to it, which is
absolutely
cool. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. Sorry for that. Great.
No, it's all good. A bit of fun there. So we're enjoying that. Conrad, how'd you go?
Yeah, I like this. This was it's very commercial, as you say, it's sort of pop symphonic stuff. I mean, fans of Within Temptation, Evanescence, Looking at Coil are going to lap this up. They're going to.
Yeah.
So if you like that kind of thing, you'll enjoy this. I don't doubt they'll probably take off in that for that genre.
They've already got like 100,000 listeners a month, so they're doing well.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that this will probably take off, and if they get like a tour with the likes of Within Temptation, the Lacuna Coil, something like that, they'll do well.
Yeah,
right. Obviously, the European festival circuit will be good for them because they love that stuff over here. They love that sort of thing. So that's what they're going to hit. If they get on that, they'll probably go far.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
I liked it. I
don't know. Where are they from?
America.
Are they from America? Okay.
That's interesting because this sort of stuff tends to come out of Europe.
It does. Yeah.
So
I would never guess that. No.
It tends to come most out like the Scandinavian countries. Or Eastern Europe. But I'm glad that it's nice to see that they're American, and I hope it takes off for them.
Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah. It was okay. It was good. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Belle. How'd you go with this one?
So full marks to Dave. He challenged himself to come up with something industrial, which he managed to find a song that kind of was loosely associated, at least at the start, but it's a pass mark. But it's still very much in the Dave zone in terms of
Yes.
Yeah. So great rock track. I loved it. I really did. The vocals, I know everyone's been banging on about them, but they are fantastic. Yeah. She put so much personality into her delivery.
Yeah.
The way she belts out that chorus is great. But her whole performance is awesome. I'm sure Jeff would agree.
Oh, yeah.
I believe every word she's saying.
100%. 100%.
The song itself isn't complicated. It's a great riff, some well-chosen chords, and the drumming, but they were played perfectly. The band is having fun.
Yeah.
I thought I would check out another one of their songs. Looks like they released an album last week. I think.
Yeah.
Mentioned that called Hologram. So I checked out the title track. It was pretty good. I didn't like it. Is this song though? The vocals were still excellent though.
Yeah.
Nice one, Dave.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going so far so good. Let's see what the audience have to say about it. Vinny, let's hear it. So Vinny says, "What a voice!" So there we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
John is saying, "Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in." But he's saying, "If you dig them, check out Follow the Cipher. Awesome track, Titans Fall." Okay, cool. We'll do.
Okay.
So John, check that out. Chris says, "Edge of Paradise, killer sound, amazing vocals, big guitars and synth sounds. Only a putting part as the band name. Sounds like it should be an early 90s hair metal band. Basilisk is a better band name for their sound." Interesting point there, Chris. I actually pay that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Chris followed up with the Dave Zone. That was a Kenny Loggins original song, by the way.
Dave has already done the Footloose thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Over on YouTube, we have Michael saying, "Edge of Darkness, very cool track. Like the style a lot." Darren says, "Cool tune, good pick, Dave." Rowan says, "My birthday today. I'm having an art day, so during the stream, I'm doing a fun bit of THRS art." Hey, well done. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Hey, everyone.
I'm assuming that's why you're asking in Discord for the Fred thing. I think that's what was coming up. So if you need a better photo of Fred, let me know again. I'll shoot one through to you because I've got like thousands. Yeah, Darren's happy birthday, Rowan. So happy birthday, Rowan. Everyone get in the comments and wish him happy birthday. It's good to have you joining us on your birthday of all days too. So yeah, thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate you taking the time. Chris has gone. Dave was very footloose, falling off the chair back in the day.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm never going to live that
That was
down.
my point. Yeah.
He's gone. Can't help but notice Conrad's camera doing acrobatics for a moment as he settled in his bed. Went VR for a moment. So there
In bed with Conrad.
Dave.
You
Well,
have to pay extra for that.
I know that Dave's obsessed with OnlyFans, so I mean,
I am not.
that's all you talk about.
Occasionally I joke about it because people have said I should start one. Don't know why. I'm not going to. I don't have that type of shame.
Oh, you've given me the see. I'm already preparing for it. You see?
So I subscribe to a cooking
We're
show.
getting the
called
ambiance set up
OnlyFans.
now.
Very comfortable there.
Yes.
I'm very good. Well, I don't have much where I am at the moment. I don't have
What?
a lounge.
Oh, you're talking about
or a
your
lounge
place.
or an
Fucking
office chair. Don't have a lounge or an office chair or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I've got to make use of what I have.
Eventually, Conrad, you'll be
that's
living the high
always-
life. You
Yes.
walking around in that suit, you'll get a good job.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
you
hope
will.
so.
If
you know.
nothing else, the suit can be your gimmick in OnlyFans. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
So you show up at your next job and say, "Hey, I hear you guys are looking for a fresh air inspector.
Yeah, well, there we go.
I'm your man. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mika has joined us. So good to see you. Thanks for jumping in tonight. He says, "Go there, Dave, please." Terry's here saying, "Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well out there." Chris has gone, "I'd subscribe to Dave's Only Wine channel." So there we go.
I'm dry tonight. Sorry. Not going to be very
Dave,
exciting.
They're probably not words anyone
Dry
ever wants to
county.
hear.
I'm dry.
Yeah.
Crusty
Going
too.
dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Vinny says, "I'll subscribe to his OnlyFans for sure. Got room, my weekly budget just waiting." So there we go.
Is that you or me? Is that for me or for Dave?
I don't know, but Darren's just chimed in saying best dressed bin man. So there we go. So you can be the best dressed bin man in the suit. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. All right, let's get on to another song. I'll go next. So in the comments, in the description, as always, you're going to find a link to the latest from Jimmy Van Zeno. It's a new single called Factory Floor. Factory Floor from Jimmy Van Zeno. There's a link. Go and check it out. This is the second solo single from the former Hard Rock Show co-host and vocalist currently for Sonic Circus. His last one was great. This one is sort of another energetic, hard rock track, but this one has a bit more bite than the last one. It's got another AI lyric video, which I think is really cool because Jimmy's always been sort of exploring that edge of things as time's gone by. So I'm glad he's sort of leaning into it and making use of it. It's coming up well. This one in particular, though, it seems to me that Jimmy gets better lyrically with each release that he writes. Seriously, like this one, I love it, the lyrics on it, but also his vocal delivery, the the intensity with which he delivers the lyrics of it, and how he talks about, you know, the factory floor and the grind and that. I thought that was just really, really well done. He's been good for a long time, but it's just cool to see him just continuing to improve with each release. So for me, he's just getting better and better. Love the attitude, love the attack in it. There's also some nice use of space in this one. The riff is really used as an accent as opposed to driving the song, and Jimmy is like right out in front on this in particular. But that said, there is some nice lead work in this from Tyler, which is cool. I love the groove on the track. That the little contrasts in this song are done really well. And in under 3 minutes, this one's, you know, short, sharp, punchy. I love this along with the previous single as well. So if you like your hard rock with something to say and a little bit of bite, then I think give this one a go. I'm loving what he's doing with his solo stuff. I like what he does with everything he does, but the solo stuff, there's just something about it that's just really getting my attention, and I'm hoping for more as soon as we can. So that's my take on it. Jeff, let's go to you.
Okay, sure. I wrote a little thing here. I said Jimmy's up to his old tricks again. You know, he's combining melodies, catchy melodies, with great grooves. Earworm City, and that's what we've got here. So this song, well, I personally don't think I didn't enjoy it as much as I loved Trouble. Yeah, I still think that it hits all the right spots. Jimmy is showing that he's far from a one-trick pony here. Yeah, he's just delivered a really hard rock and really good song, catchy. It's got everything. It's got everything, a little bit of all things. I think he's trying to show off, especially with his vocals. Yeah, that he's got quite a bit of range.
He's worked really hard to improve.
That's right. So, well. Jimmy, if you're watching, love it, brother. Keep him coming.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
All right. Now to the hard marker. Conrad, how'd you go?
I like this is straightforward. Straightforward, in your face rock and roll, hard rock, and it's driven. It's just good. I was shocked to find out that they're Australian. I mean, I thought, is this Australian? They turned out to, you told me he's an ex-host. So
yes,
yeah. Great. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was, you know, it's under 3 minutes. It could easily be played on triple M.
Oh, he'd love that. He would really love that.
What's that?
He's got a T-shirt which he wore to a gig which says "fuck Triple M," which is just hilarious. So there's a whole joke there.
Well, I'm not a fan of Triple M. I think that's ghastly station, and they could be doing a lot better. They should be doing a lot better. They've been playing the same shite for the last 30 years. I can guarantee you. I can probably name you 10 songs that are still in there. I'll be the same 10 songs I heard 30 years ago if I turned it on. Yeah. But this would be appreciated if they would play something like this because they deserve. Someone like this deserves it, and to be homegrown. Well, Australian, because I'm not in Australia anymore. But
no, it's good. Your heart is.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's just straightforward. I'll give this. This gets a 7.
Nice.
7 out of 10 for me.
Nice.
Cool. I'll take it. Nice. Yeah. All right. Let's go Belle next.
Okay. Well, Jimmy, you are rocking my world with these songs. That's nice. 2 for 2. I don't know how he makes a 3-minute song seem like 1 minute. Must be because it's awesome and you don't want it to end. That riff, the riff that I'm talking about, like it is killer. I love it. The lyrics are also great. Does he say sick of working for the man like a whore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Legend. I love it. I love all the lyrics, but that one in particular. I'm like, did he just say that? That's cool.
Yep.
And he can belt out a line if he wants to, can't he? Like the song title, the chorus line, like he just sings the hell out of that. It's really cool. Oh shit! Sorry, Jimmy. What have I done here?
Professionals here.
Oh yeah, so he sings that, and there's like no music behind him, so there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah,
that's right. He sings it so well. Is he playing guitars on this too?
No, Tyler the Young is playing guitars.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Does Jimmy play guitar?
Jimmy, he writes on guitar and that, so he writes on the guitar and keys and things like that. But he gets an actual, more established guitarist than him to record the parts for him.
Yep, cool. Oh, Tyler. Oh shit.
Oh, you gone dark. There we go.
Yeah, my screensaver came up. So I know we aren't scoring these, and I gave Trouble 10 out of 10. So I've got nowhere to go, but I like this one even than Trouble. So
Wow.
I give it 10 out of 10.
Nice. Cool.
Wow.
All right. Let's bring it home with Dave.
Yeah, 5 for 5. This is great. It's a good follow on from the previous one. Killer guitar riff, and the guitar tone's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone's mentioned it, but the lyrics really stand out. Seems like Jimmy's really speaking to me because I was actually working on the factory floor when I first heard this. So it's just like, dude, I hear you.
Yeah.
Guitar solo is pretty cool, and there's a nice wah pedal on it as well. So yeah, cool song.
Yeah. Nice. All right. We're doing well. Let's see what the audience have to say. Michael on YouTube says Jimmy rocks on this. Vocals good. Enjoy guitars. Imagine Dave be happy with the guitars. So there we go. Edge Crush has gone great song by Jimmy. Love his vocals on this. So we're doing well over there. Let's see what we got here. The Colas jumped in to say happy birthday to Rowan. We've got YouTube comments coming through here now. Nice. Okay, finally they come through.
We're back.
Okay, cool. So I'll have to see I'll have to be mindful of that. What do we got here? Sorry. Chris says I've already gushed over this new Jimmy Van Zeno song. Far too much for you to read out. Okay, that's where Jeff was going before with the visual aids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vinny says the visual piece from these recommendations are off the charts. Yeah, there's some good videos. Wait for another one coming up too. Fuck is that? But Chris also says his vocal delivery is just spot on. Lyrics that when you read them are kind of cheesy as fuck, totally sound right at home and perfect. So there we go. We're getting more love for this one too, which is good. And I'm glad that YouTube comments are coming through because it makes my life a lot fucking easier on this side of things. All right. Let's go with this one next. So next up is Jeff's pick of the week.
Oh, right.
Well, hang on quickly before I do. Darren says, enjoyed this cool riffage. So there we go. Some more positive words for Jimmy's song there. So it's going well. But in the comments, in the description box, you've got, is it Robledo? Is that how it's pronounced, Jeff?
Robledo.
Robledo?
It could be Robledo. I don't know, but I think it's Robledo.
That makes more sense considering it's Chilean. So yeah, that probably tracks.
Yeah.
But it's Robledo with My Own Hope, which is from the Chilean vocalist's second solo studio album, Broken Soul, released, I think, last Friday as well, if I'm correct.
Very recent. Yep.
There we go. So Jeff, over to you.
Okay, so when I was, all week long, I was trying to find something that was just like catching my ear. I must have listened to 100 songs, like just, up, and then 30 seconds of something up and go to something else. And I was just burning through music like that. And then I came across, I was starting to get worried because I had a backup song, and I know Dave knows what that was.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a backup song if I couldn't find anything I could have went to. But I was kind of hoping I didn't want to go there. And so it was kind of last minute. I went back to my old friends at Frontiers. They came through again. And I didn't really, there wasn't much to read about these guys. I Googled them and tried to find more about them. I found what I needed to know pretty much from the Frontiers website. They're from Chile. The lead singer's name, his name is James Robredo. I just love the sound. There's like this epic grandness to his sound, to his voice. And I don't know, he reminds me of somebody. And as I was listening to this song, I was getting flashbacks, believe it or not, there was some parts in this song that were very, very similar. And this is not a bad thing, to Bruce Dickinson's Tears for the Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you can know that song and you listen to this song, you'll hear it. And it's just the way he phrases some of the words and sings it. And I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. So I just think that I'm going to be watching these guys, very closely for the foreseeable future and see what else they come up with. Because their new album, I had to get through. I didn't get a chance to listen to all of it, but I listened to like 3 or 4 songs, and I really liked what I heard. So, yeah, I'm going to be paying attention to Robledo.
Nice.
From Chile.
Yes. All right. Conrad, how'd you go?
Yeah, me too.
Look,
don't do it, Dave Ellison. Come on.
it You say that, I was going to say it's a bit wanky, actually.
Yeah. The segue is perfect.
This song's a bit wanky. It's a bit pompous and pretentious. I'm sorry. I don't mind this sort of power metal vibe to it, but this isn't executed well for me. This isn't done well. This is a bit too pompous, and I found it a bit too over. He's over singing. I think he's over singing. He's over singing where he doesn't need to project, and he's projecting where he doesn't necessarily need to do that. And I just found it a bit wanky. But in saying that, he's up there doing it, and I'm not. So I've got to take that into consideration, and and look, fair play. There's an audience for this stuff. I don't deny there's an audience for this. Would I see them live? I probably would. I'd probably watch them live.
Cool.
So I'll give this a 6.
Okay,
that's cool. I'll take it.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. So I'm not completely putting this in the toilet.
No, I would hope not.
It's sitting on the edge. It's sitting on the toilet seat. It's teetering on the toilet seat.
It's not like Little Pump like you had. It's nowhere near that fucking level of fucking brilliance.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
It's cool. All right.
To each his own. That's cool.
That's the part. That's the fun part of all this, though.
Yeah.
All right, Belle, did you get to squeeze this one in the end or not?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
I did listen to this one. So I clicked on the link and I thought, oh, Jeff, you and your Frontiers songs.
I know.
I'm curious to know now what the other one was, what your backup was. But I may never know. Anyway, this is a good one. It was good. I really liked it. The singer is awesome. He has a really lovely quality to his voice, and it reminded me of someone too, and it's not Bruce Dickinson. But maybe Girish, but like to a lesser, not as powerful. He just kept popping in my head. Yeah.
Maybe a weird cross between Girish and Michael Romeo. Fuck. The guy who sings with, oh my goodness. I love the guys. Huh?
What band?
The one. I'm doing a complete mental breakdown right now. I can't remember a goddamn thing.
Do you want to? I'll just keep talking, and then if it comes to you,
you keep going. Yeah.
Interrupt. Yeah. All right. So the musicians were solid, and like Dave's song, they sounded like they were having fun, like a great time playing and recording this song. And why wouldn't they? It's a fun, upbeat rock track. Beautiful, uplifting chorus. I like the backing vocals in there. It's a perfect type of song for a key change, which they did towards the end. I love a good key change.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, nice one, Jeff.
Thank you.
I still prefer your buddy Matt Hughes' song to this one. That one's going to be really hard to top, though.
Wow.
That's found the vocalist. Ronnie Romero was always thinking.
Ronnie Romero,
yeah. I find him and Girish really quite similar.
I get it.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
That's a great compliment, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we're doing well
Thank
there.
You, Belle.
Yes. Nice. Nicely done. All right, Dave, over to you.
Yeah, this was fucking awesome. Unlike Conrad, I didn't get a single wank out of this song. I thought it was great.
If you did, you wouldn't tell us anyway.
Because you guys already blown your load over a previous one. So anyway,
it's been a busy couple of months, man. Anyway,
it did not make me want to wank. I can assure you.
Which song does? There's a big comment. Man, what song makes
really?
I'm not.
The show's not over yet, Dave.
We are not discussing.
It wasn't Dave's song.
We're not discussing what songs want to make a person.
This is on the back of Dave saying he's dry. Remember that, people.
Yeah, I reviewed Chinese Democracy on Sunday. I'm as dry as me. Anyway, Jeff's song. It's Jeff's moment. Okay, the first couple of notes within the first 6 sections give the indication it's going off in one direction. Then the guitars kick in with the heavy riff, and that expectation is completely gone. Very cool riff, very cool song. Laid back in the verses, heavy for the choruses. I wrote verses again, fucking idiot. The singer's voice is great. He really belts it out. I don't think he oversings. I think he fucking nails it. Lyrics are really well written, and the singer delivers them with conviction. Guitar tone is cool. The solo is amazing. Keys are used to fill out the spaces and create a nice mood. Drums to cut through nicely. This song is awesome. Good job, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's kind. Very nice.
All right. Yeah, my first note on this one is that Jeff does love his Frontiers releases. It's safe to say that Jeff has a type as well as Dave. So we're establishing that now.
Yeah. I think so.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just an observation.
No.
Is there anything wrong with that?
No, I didn't say there was anything wrong. I'm just making an observation.
I take it as a compliment.
Look,
I'm in good company with Dave.
Yeah, you are. Believe me. Look, this song really uses space well. I thought that was a neat trick on this one. It's got the softer melodic verse, but the punch really comes in for the chorus, and they really did open up the space. But that said, the song builds along as it goes through and gets progressively sort of more riffy as it goes along, which is cool. It has a bit more grunt than usual from Frontiers. As soon as I saw the Frontiers logo come at the start, I'm like, oh, here we go. But this actually has a bit more, but not to be disrespectful, but this has a bit more grunt and bite than I think that Frontiers are sort of pushing that boundary a bit more, like they do sometimes, but they seem to have a bit of run of that lately, which is good. I'm happy with that. I love the energy on the track. It's tasty, but there's a slow but powerful sort of solo that serves the song nicely. Little use of synth in this one is nice as well. And I get a bit of what Conrad's saying with the obligatory key change being in this one. Like that was a bit redundant, but it was still well done. I just felt a bit sort of, okay, here's the formula. But the lead up to that particular key change was really well done. I like that one. And I like the vocal performance. I think that is the highlight of the song for me. But it's a nice, chunky, yet melodic hard rock song, which I thought was pretty well done. So there we go. Let's see what the audience have to say. Vinny's going very tight 3 out of 3 so far. No pressure on the remaining 2. Well, we'll see how we go. We've got those to go. But on the flip side, Darren says struggle with this one. So there we go. And Michael said the same thing. This track didn't do it for me. So there we go. Chris says, Robledo, I couldn't quite place, but it didn't work for me. Then it hit me. His vocal range from the entire song is just so narrow. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus, etc. It's like the same notes in a small range, no variety. So getting some different feedback there. Conrad says, non-way singing. I'm not nuts. Symphony X, possibly Rowan there, possibly. But Vinny says Lobo is the kind of like ordering Nando's but backing off on the spicy sauce with lemon and herb instead.
That's what I do. That's why I liked it. Yeah.
I see what Rowan was trying to guess what I was going for.
Yeah.
Russell Allen is a good comp. I get that, but that was what I was doing. But then again, Edge Crusher says I love the vocals on this song, so we're getting different feedback on this one. But Bell's gone, nah. Chris has gone, nah. Bell is spot on. Key changes are never wrong, ever. So there we go. But Nicole liked it, going great song, love it. And Vinny said between Jeff's tissues out of reach and wanking, reminds me of a boy who identified as a cow to enter a milking competition, however, ended up in a hospital due to being jerked excessively. Vinny, always prepared.
Wow. All right. The Band-Aid is ripped off.
Yeah, well, here we go. And, all right, let's move on to the next track. And next up is Fury, If You Get to Hell First. There's a link for that in the description box. It's in the comments now. And this is Conrad's choice for the week. So over to you.
I was racing to find something.
Yeah.
I was really struggling to find something because maybe I'm difficult to please. Perhaps that's it. Maybe I'm a snob, and I'm becoming difficult and harder to please as I'm getting older. And the newest stuff that's coming out, I think the newest stuff is harder with newer material to please me. So I was really struggling to find something. I did find something actually, but I haven't fully listened to it enough times to be able to choose a track, and that's Withering Scorn, which is the Drover brothers from the Drover Brothers. They're back with a band. Nice. And they've got the guy from Fate's Warning, with them, and another guy who used to sing with Metallium and Firewind.
Okay.
Another band. So it's a bit of a super group, and I want to listen to some more songs before I choose one to submit. However, in the meantime, because I was going to this festival tomorrow, I thought, well, I better check out some of these bands that are on this festival. So I skipped through and YouTubed and skipped through some of the bands on the festival, and I hit these guys and went, this is the shit. This is good. This is fast, it's thrashy, but it's also it's kind of it's modern, it's crisp, it's nice.
Yeah,
it's good. This chick actually on bass, she plays with Merciful Fate. She's Merciful Fate's bass player. And she does some other. She plays with a lot of people, but it's it's not reinventing the wheel, but what it is doing, it's just done well. It's crisp, and I don't know. There is something about it. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but I quite liked it. I think it was quirky. There's something quirky about it. It was thrashy, but also quirky at the same time. So yeah. So
I reckon
I thought the video clip obviously complemented that as well.
Yes.
The message of selling your soul to the devil is not a good idea.
No.
Of course it is. I sold mine years ago and I worked out okay.
It never ends well, I think.
If I thought I could get $10 for mine, it'd be fucking gone.
Yeah. But, you know, yeah, I quite enjoyed this. But it was a quick sort of decision. So it's not up to my standard that I set for myself usually, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nevertheless.
Well, we'll soon find out. Just for the record, this is from the UK band's 4th studio album, Born to Sin, which was released in March 2022. Just the record there, but just
you know more about them than I do.
Well, there you go. I reckon I got an idea about what is the quirky thing for you, but we'll get to that as we go along. Belle, did you get a chance to squeeze this one in last minute, or?
No, it didn't end up working out, and I apologize to Conrad again. I'm sorry. I will listen to it though.
Who now?
I'll give you a review. I'll email you a review.
Belle, you can film it and send it in to me, and I'll post it.
I'm not doing that.
I knew that about the response I was going to get. I knew
I'm not that sorry. Sorry, Conrad, but I'm not that sorry.
All right. Dave, let's go to you. How'd you go?
Yeah, I smashed this out really quickly when I was getting home from work. Cool song, killer riffs, great guitar tone.
Good choice.
Mate, we're going to get a deadline on these fucking songs, man. Like, people, we're busy, man. But yeah, this was cool. I did give it a couple of spins. Julia gave it a thumbs up. She said it sounded cool. Nice. We'll satisfy every guitar fan. I can't fucking talk tonight. Lots of energy in the song. Guitar solo is cool. I'm fucking pissed off with the weather today, so it's party music, barbecue music, drinking music, everything you don't want to do in fucking winter. But yeah, it makes you feel like it's summer, so that's a thumbs up from me.
Nice.
Thank
you.
Cheers.
For me, it's got that. It's very energetic hard rock with a bit of a sort of a metal edge to it. I love how they have, and this is what I think is the quirky thing about it is there's male and female vocals in this one, and I like hearing things like that. I honestly like to hear more co-vocals in bands. Not talking about where you got a clean vocalist and a growly vocalist, but actually pure clean singing vocalists where they can harmonize and trade off, and one can take it. And that's a cool dynamic that I don't think gets explored enough these days. But anyway, the only downside to it in this song is that I think they could have put her up in the mix a bit more. She's really sort of back there, but I think she's got great power, great tone. I loved her addition to the song. So I think just a little bit, bit more volume on it would have been perfect. This is a really direct, sort of pacey, punchy track. The solos, plural, are blistering suitably so. Then you've got they've got nice under this. You got like sort of nice grit and rumble under all of that sort of stuff too. The lead male vocal is a bit like Brad from Massive as a comparison for everyone.
Yeah,
suits. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, not just me. Cool. It suits the style of music really damn well, and it's a great. The lineup is really fucking solid. Like they all perform really well, and they all fit the music wonderfully well, which is cool. It's catchy. There's a sneaky hook in this one, but the energy overall will just sort of grab you and not let you go. This, if this is anything to go by, Conrad, I reckon you're in for a ball because I reckon this would be fun live. This just has that feel about it. It feels like it'd be a hell of a lot of fun to see live.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to them tomorrow. They're going to be on tomorrow.
I can imagine.
There's only three. Yeah. There's only 3 bands tomorrow night.
Yep.
And they're one of them. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Let us know how it goes because I want to know if
I will. Because I'll take some footage.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm not familiar with this band until now, but they've got 4 albums out, so I've got to go and check out more because I loved it. I love the riffing. The rhythm section is bang on across this song, and it's very cool. I love the I know that the story has been done to death, but they executed it really, really well between video and the lyrics of it. It was very, very cool. Well done. So yeah. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. So good find there, Conrad. I enjoyed that one. Finally, Jeff. Yes. So let's go, Jeff, next. Let's see if we can make it a trifecta.
All right. Does pedestrian mean anything to you? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. I had to say something. No, these guys and gals kick ass. Okay. Why have I not heard of these guys before? They're really good. Energy for days. This song and the video I just thought worked very, very well. The video was awesome. I loved it. Loved the guitars, the vocals, bass, the drums, all of it just slays, to borrow a term from Jade, from Dave's daughter.
Yes.
Yes, it slays. Look, I can't say enough good things about it. I really, really enjoyed this. In fact, I rated this out of all the ones that I heard today. This one got a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
I like it a lot.
Thank you. I feel guilty now.
And that was the whole point.
How many wanks did you give it, Jeff?
Oh, it's 4 out of 5 wanks.
Oh my God.
4 out of 5 wanks agree. It's a good song.
Oh wow.
I'm not tell you what the other wank thinks, but hey, you know, why not?
Am I the other wank? I gotta hear this thing.
Oh yeah, it's really good, really fucking good. I loved it. In fact, I was just like, if I was putting together a band tomorrow, that's what I want to sound like.
Nice.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh,
that's
that
cool.
was really bad. I'm sorry, Conrad. I just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, tell us, Conrad. I'm really curious what they sound like live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look. I'm looking forward to seeing it tomorrow. So let you know. I'll let you know.
Absolutely.
How it went.
Nice.
Yeah.
I really like this. Yep.
Sure.
Cool. Well, there we go. That's well done. Let's see what the audience have to say about it. I think Nicole said before, I think this is about, oh my goodness, where am I going now? I think this is about the Robledo track. So if I'm wrong, correct me, Nicole, which is a great song. Love it, because that was before I shared the link to Fury. Vinny says 4 out of 4. Wowee. So Vinny enjoyed it. Then we got Chris saying, holy fuck, riffage and speed. Yep. This kicks ass. Vocals are a tad weak, not a lot of power, but the chorus makes up for that with the harmonies. I'm totally digging this song. There we go. Michael says, plenty in this track to make it interesting. Liked it. Liked the mix. Okay, cool. Darren says, yep, enjoyed this one. Nicole says, in your face, hard rock grouse. So we're getting a lot of love for it. Vinny says, did Dave say he smashed one out on the way home? That's what Condra was laughing at.
I smashed one out on the way home. I smashed out a listen when I got home.
Oh, yeah, sure. Now you say what it was. Yeah.
I can drive one-handed. What can I say?
Vinny says, I was making a cuppa and my ears pricked up a few feet away mid-kettle whistle. So there we go. Follow it up with comment invites tonight. So there we go. We're getting.
You might want to think about renaming this show the Hard Wank Show.
Oh
yeah.
No.
It's a hard cock show, man.
The hard cock show. That joke's been done.
Sorry,
We'll
Bill.
go there in a heartbeat.
Sorry.
I feel left out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know what you mean.
Said. Records agree. Here we go.
I can't participate in that. I can't.
Oh.
Trust me, I can't.
There's perspectives, but we won't go into that.
Yes,
Anyway,
we're not discussing this.
no, let's not discuss this. But let's move on to another song.
Let's move on. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Belle, you can participate in this one because next up is your track. So, in the links in the description box, as always, we have a reference for you, which is Tesseract with the War of Being, War of Being, not the. Just Tesseract, War of Being is from the English band's upcoming 5th studio album of the same name, due in September 2023. Belle, you've chosen epic.
Yes.
I
did choose an epic. It was pretty epic. It was 11 minutes. So I thought, like, when I realized, because I started listening to it and then I thought, oh, this could be good for my song of the week. And then I noticed it was 11 minutes. I considered not putting it up. And then I thought, oh, fuck it. They'll be right. They can deal with it. I've listened to it.
Well done.
Yeah. So too bad. Anyway, what grabbed me about this song was the tempo at first. Slow. I love it. Really heavy intro.
Yep.
Fantastic vocals, clean screams, growls, all awesome. The singer reminds me a lot of the singer from North Lane because he does all that and sounds very similar. I know. I'll find a way to weave North Lane into
You will. That's fine.
And I do. but he doesn't look like Marcus Bridge. He looks a bit more like Rick Astley. So that was kind of.
Wow.
No, you've recalled it for 11 minutes.
It's a trench coat, and it'll be a spinning image. But anyway, this song took me in fast, and it held my attention.
Yeah.
Some people think that gent is a dirty word or not even a word at all, but I don't. I think it's a fantastic subgenre of prog. It's prog, but not in a guitar wankery way. It's prog with
D-gent.
Is it
D-gent? Is that it? D-gent?
Just gent.
Gent, because it's
D is silent.
Yeah.
Oh, D-gent.
Yeah, I think
The
so.
J
What's the word?
The D silent.
Onomatopoeia, I think it's called, which is basically a word that is made up from a sound that the word is derived from. So, like, lots of animal noises, oink, quack.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, sorry, I'm being a English nerd. But anyway, it's prog with balls. I'm quite fond of balls. I think this appeals to me.
Okay.
We were almost there. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, please.
Hey, come on. That's how I can feel part of the wanker gang.
Okay.
I feel part of the wankery.
Oh, this is phenomenal.
It combines heavy, chuggy riffs that I like without the whole guitar thing. Like, let's just set that aside. But this is kind of my way in, I think, to prog and sort of the syncopated rhythms and all of that. Get my head around that, and then maybe start kind of bringing in. Yeah. Although I did go in hard with Dream Theater, I think. Although apparently that's not their most technical stuff. Anyway, I'm digressing. What else have I written? Shit. So I found this. Oh shit! In the context of this whole show, I'm not saying that.
Go on, you got to say it now.
You got to tell us at some point.
Oh shit! I find this easier to swallow.
Oh wow!
Completely innocent when I wrote this.
Oh wow!
You had no
anyway,
context. Yeah.
I like it.
Wow.
And good. I see it as a better starting point for me into the prog world.
Got Conrad's attention. He's sitting up.
Could the show get any more smuttier?
Oh, we can. Don't worry. We can set the bar even lower. We've done it before.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I love the quiet ambient spaces that you have to breathe in between the heavy sections. Some of these were really actually quite beautiful. Much needed in an 11-minute song as well. The video is really cool as well. I've got these two sparring warrior dudes. They look like samurai kind of guys. They kind of remind me of Shredder from Ninja Turtles. Not like Shredder guitar.
I know.
And there's this weird sci-fi-esque dystopian landscape in the background. And the band was set up in like a similar, because it went from that to the band, and they were set up in a similar setting as well. But CGI, but really well done. It looks awesome. So just listened to this a few times, and I love it. So I'm going to have to explore more of this band, I think.
Yep. I think if you like this, you will like a lot of what this band does, Belle. I think you'll be very happy.
Oh, cool, because I haven't come across them yet.
Oh, no.
Another
reference.
All right. Now, did I hear correctly, Conrad? You missed this one, so...
I'm sorry, I did, actually. I didn't
I feel
see
so
this.
bad now.
I didn't... No, hang on. I would have... Had I seen it in there, it wasn't like... I just didn't see it. I literally didn't see where this came. I missed this where it came from. I don't know. It wasn't there. So, I don't know. I don't know how. But I'm a bit annoyed because I quite like sort of prog metal.
Yeah, you would have liked this.
I think you would like this one.
I might have liked this. I might have very well liked this. So, a bit annoyed about it.
Well, I'll listen to yours if you listen to mine.
Of course. I'll show you yours if you show me mine. Of course.
Here we go. Now he's getting the spirit of things.
Now we know why he's
set up. There again.
We will drag you down to our level at some point. All right. Dave, over to you.
Yeah. In the chat, when Bell shared the prog song, I almost fell off my chair again. Jesus Christ. I'm impressed. Bell's going prog. All the recent Dream Theater prog elements are rubbing off. So I'm creating a monster, which is good. Getting to the song. What's everyone laughing at?
Rubbing off, Dave. Rubbing off.
Everything come out of everyone's mouth tonight has just been Smutville. Yeah,
I think now we're in that zone. Everybody's listening.
Yeah,
It's the moment somebody says something.
Yeah,
It's over.
You all have dirty minds.
yes, we do.
Anyway.
Right, where was I? Okay. I'm just going to double check everything I fucking say. 11 minutes of prog
There we go,
awesomeness.
There's a but in all of that preamble there.
Mhm. Yeah,
Another one.
there's a butt.
Yeah.
Touch the butt.
Right. 11 minutes of prog awesomeness. As you'd expect, it's like a story within a song. Lots of shifts in mood and texture, which is always cool. The opening riff just hits you with a grinding tone. It's a cool setup for the mood of the song. Metallic clangs really help with that guitar tone as well. There was a lot to discover with each subsequent listen. This is just one song, so imagine listening to a whole album of these guys. Andrew, we have reviewed these guys before, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yes, the name does sound very familiar. It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Lyrics are really well done. They really stood out for me. They kind of progressive in their structure. In the second half of the song, there's a repeating line, tear the mask away, and every time it's followed by a different line. Thought that was really cool. And the last two verses are interesting songwriting because the second one expands upon the first with like longer phrases, but it's still the same 4 lines effectively, just a longer way of delivering it. So I thought that was very cool. A lot of really heavy shit going on in this song, both lyrically and musically. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. I'm impressed. Good pick, Bill.
Nice.
Cool.
For mine, this is a long one and suitably epic to go with that. Very dark and brooding. They're very, very tight, but there's some real meat on the bone with this one. The video is perfect for this song as well. I told you I wasn't going to correct myself. I don't care. I'm going to keep going. Let's get right into it. This is it's technical. It's proggy. It's got all that good stuff in it. But the vocals also wonderfully switch between being beautifully clean and aggressively harsh. The genty feel across this one works nicely, and the use of rhythm to build and release tension is really well done. Go on, have a chuckle. I know you want to.
I am chuckling.
That said, there's loads of atmosphere.
Roads for days.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. Anyway, this builds and flows really damn well. There's great use of harmony in this one as well. And for how heavy and dark this song is overall, the balance against that darkness with the sort of airy tones and the light in the composition was really damn well done. There's great contrast all over it. If you're a fan of this band, I reckon this will make you very, very happy. They seem to be stepping up each time they release something. This is no exception, and it's really powerful. It's haunting. It's captivating. This is really damn good. So, Belle, it's a really good find for me this week. So, well done there. Really did enjoy that one. So, nice pick. All right, Jeff, let's see what you've got.
Yeah. Look, you really want to see what I got? All right. All right. I thought it was a great song. I really did like it. We don't want to lose any viewers. We don't want to do that.
If they're still with us by now, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that could be. No, I loved the video. I thought the video was just fucking epic. Like it was just like it was telling a story. It was very sci-fi. It was very dystopian. It was very and yet I thought maybe it was like AI, but I realized no, it's not AI because it's too scripted.
Yeah.
You know, where AI is just sort of like whatever fucking they just, it's just all there. This was very, very scripted, and that was cool.
Showed you that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And you end up like I did. I was rooting for one of the guys. I was like, come on, come back and just
they did a good job with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was cool, and I really liked it. So now on the dark side, I did find it a little bit long. I really did. I thought 11 minutes. It is a long song. And thereby, it does sort of repeat itself a little bit. It does kind of get repetitive, but not in a bad way. I mean, look, I like Rush and Dream Theater and all. They all do it. So it's almost impossible to create a song that is that long and not repeat something. You know, it's too difficult to do. So that's not a bad mark against it at all. But I have heard of these guys. I do know their music a little bit. Like I've never been like, oh, I love Tesseract. I've never been into it. So when I saw Bell posted it, I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard these guys. I've heard a few songs here and there. I really liked it. I thought, give me more of what they do. Just keep it a little bit shorter. That was my final thoughts. I gave like an 8 out of 10. I thought it was very, very good. I really liked it a lot. Yeah.
Cool. All right. There we go. Let's see what the audience have to say if they're still with us. Andrew says, great track. Tesseract never disappoint. They've got a lot of love for him. Rowan loves it. Michael says, could edit 7 minutes out of this track. I struggled through it. Not for me. So there we go. We're getting some mixed feedback here. Vinny says, yep, 5 out of 5. Clean sweep of holy fuck recommendations tonight. Thanks, gang. You're more than welcome. That is the entire point to find at least one song you like. Nicole says, this is everything mixed in a vat. Oh my God, my ears. Not too sure about this one. Okay, so there we go. But Vinny says, I'm offended, Bell. I'm not sure what that thing do with the context of tonight, but there we go. Chris says, I tried with this song, but yeah, nah. Sounds like someone asked an AI bot to record a prog gent band. Sorry, Bell. So there we go. Yeah, here we go. Darren says, and there we go. Bell's been corrupted. Great choice. These guys are fantastic. So off we go. Chris says, being back in Bega, away from the Tasmanian water, my appreciation for prog has fallen away. I did see that chat back and forth. There we go. What have we got? Vinny's gone, you're all up like a mare's tail this evening, loving it. So there we go. And Vinny's, sorry, Darren says, now I feel dirty. There we go. So Vinny says, this epic song is what Blue Balls would sound like.
Yeah, the metallic clangs. I get that.
Edge Crush says, I like this song, but did feel 11 minutes long, which is there we go. When it came to Jeff showing his stuff, Darren says, fuck no, I don't, Jeff. So there we go. Andrew's followed all this up with, we seem to be going balls deep tonight. We are. But David's here. Good to see you. He's going, g'day, y'all. Been a while. All the best. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Hopefully you're enjoying the show tonight. But yeah, good to see you, and hopefully we'll see more of you soon enough. All right, we do have one bonus here to get through tonight. I'll see who's done it. Has anyone else done the Baroness track?
Yeah.
Cool, sweet. All right, so original Tim was going to join us tonight. You had to, quote unquote, pull out at the last minute.
Oh, fuck. Man, he's a big guy. That shit's dangerous.
No, I know. But no, original Tim was going to be joining us tonight, but he has some last-minute commitments in the morning come up, so he wasn't able to join us. But in the description box, in the comments, you got a reference track there, Baroness with Beneath the Rose. It's from the American band's upcoming 6th studio album, Stone, due in September 2023. So another one from an album coming up. We have reviewed this band in the past. It's gone pretty well, but let's go to Belle first on this one. How'd you go?
This was cool. I really liked it. Right from the start, it just had this real edgy energy, this frenetic energy that came across, and that drew me in. Loved the way the vocalist was half singing, half speaking through the verses. Melodic chorus was actually quite unexpected after the intro and the first verse, but it was really lovely. The guitars are great throughout. The bassist is doing some good stuff too, especially in the chorus. And the drummer just goes off all the way through this song.
Yeah. Yep.
This kind of music doesn't come across my path really at all. And I've never heard of this band before. So it was pretty much a new experience for me. I wouldn't even know what genre this band is, but I really liked it.
They're like an offshoot of Stone Rock, I think would be the best way to describe them. They do stand on their own a bit though, which is nice. They do well. All right, cool. Glad you enjoyed it. Conrad, how'd you go?
Yeah, I like this. This is interesting.
Nice.
It's different. I've been wanting to hear these for a while because I know that fans of Clutch and Mastodon, the Mastodon fans talk about this band, and I've seen these guys associated with Mastodon and Clutch. So I wanted to check them out. Of which, I wouldn't say it's got. There are some similarities if you were to really look for them, I suppose, but I wouldn't say so much similar. It just shares the same audience, perhaps. The audience liked this band. I quite enjoyed this. I liked the dynamic of the vocal. It was vocal dynamics I quite enjoyed. Interesting.
Yep.
And there was melody, and then there was some hard riffage as well. So it had it all for me. I'll definitely look forward to checking out some more of this stuff and seeing these, hopefully, because I've missed them. I've tried to catch them, I missed them. So I do want to catch these guys. Because if being a big fan of Mastodon and Clutch, and these guys often get mentioned in those circles, I want to check out more of these guys. So yeah.
Definitely the Mastodon side of things. Definitely the Mastodon side of things.
So I give this this gets a 7 out of 10 for me.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice one. All right, Jeff, follow that up.
Sure. Okay, so I love the song. I thought it was really good. I liked the song, the groove. Although for some reason the video, I didn't like the video at all.
Wow.
I found the video disturbing. There was something about it.
I liked it.
So did I. Very disturbing and uncomfortable. And
so did I. That didn't take away from the music, but so I thought the singing was okay, and he kind of reminded me a bit of Danzig. Could you hear
I got
Danzig?
that too.
Yeah, there was a bit of Danzig in there, and and that's not a bad thing at all. But good guitar. I did enjoy it. I just don't think I'd ever watch that video again. So aside from that, I thought it was good, but the video was just disturbing. I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I'm not. Yeah, maybe it was just people talking blood pouring out of their mouths. That was kind of weird. It wasn't even blood. It was like black
I didn't
shit.
see the video, but now I want to.
Is that?
Yeah, me too. I didn't watch the video.
I found the video rather uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, it was very strange. So look, they were going for shock value. They got it. They did it. But this, look, the song was good. So yeah, just not the fucking video.
No, I'm not the video either.
Comments with me on that.
Yeah, well, fuck you both. I loved it. I thought it was great. Look, as always with this band, they do things a little bit differently. They also lean into sort of the stoner heavy rock kind of vibe, but like has been mentioned, fans of Mastodon will love this, which is why I think Tim loves the band and obviously chose this song. There's a spoken vocal delivery to this, which really suits the style of music. The counterpoint between that and the rhythms used across this one is really cool. Like Bell said, the drummer was just going off, so I enjoyed the counterpoint with the spoken vocal and the drumming there. It's quite dark lyrically, which suits the video going on there. The hanging there and not cutting you down kind of thing. It's like, okay, cool. There's the dark twist to this whole thing. There's also, on top of all the spoken stuff, there's some really nicely sung melody and harmony, in particular in the chorus too. They're a band unlike any other, and I really did enjoy just how sort of twisted this one was. It's not a song that sort of builds a bit. It gets a little bit more aggressive as the song goes on. But for all that, though, the hook in the chorus is really well done. It makes sure it gets stuck in your head really, really quick. There's also like a Thin Lizzy-esque guitar solo with the harmony part in there, which is toward the end of the song. It's nicely done. Underneath that, there was an acoustic guitar touch, which was really cool. And I thought the video was great. I made a note of that. This whole thing is sort of a great trip in a song. I liked it. Great energy. Something about this one just sort of locks you in from start to finish. I'm very keen to check out the album. I have reviewed this stuff before, and I've enjoyed it. So this is pretty cool. But Dave, bring it home.
Yeah. With Tim, it's really interesting. But firstly, I got to watch this video. I only listened to this on Spotify. And, only a few days ago, I watched Terrifier, where somebody literally gets sawn in half from upside down to head. And I love shit like that. So this video sounds fucking awesome.
It's not that sort of horror gore thing. It's just a really creepy kind of thing. Think
Creepy's
Blair
good.
Project. That more like that vein.
Okay, cool. No, it's all good. It's all good. Creepy's good. But yeah, with Tim, it can be either way. He'll either make us listen to the most fucking horrible death metal shit that was like recorded in a tin shed, or we listen to Billy Eilish, which is fucking horrible as well. But this was interesting. I really wasn't sure where the song was going to go. It's got kind of a fresh riff, but the tone is almost punk. It's got a bit of a punk attitude, but it's almost prog in structure. And there's a very slow flanger throughout the verse, so I'm happy. The clean tones are nice. The vocals reminded me of a cross between Jim Morrison and Glenn Danzig. So I did get that Danzig reference.
Yeah,
Really cool melodic guitar lines towards the end, as Andrew mentioned, and that's interesting band. I will listen to more of this. I will definitely watch this video.
Nice. Well, there we go. Got some love for it. Let's see what the audience say. Michael says, liked this track a lot. Flip side, Darren says, hated the vocals. This music is the music is great. So there we go. But Nicole says, not for me vocalist. People aren't enjoying it. Oh, Vinny's trying with the score. So final score, Australia 1, Ireland 0. Cool. We got the win, even without Sam Kerr. That's cool. Chris says, I quite like this song. Sounds like the Ramones and John Petrucci recruited Michael Poulsen from Volbeat to join a Rush tribute band. Wow.
Whoa, that's interesting.
That's pretty cool. That's deep. I like that one. There we go. Darren says the video is cool. So got some more love for it. And Edge Crusher says, I like this. Great choice, Tim. So there we go. Some more love for it all around. Obviously, with all these ones, it's just a case of just trying new things and seeing what's out there. So I'd like to try and do that for you all. So hopefully you found a track in this batch to enjoy. Now we're going to move on to a brand new game. It's a concept I've had kicking around my head for a little while where we sort of have a list of bands to choose from, and then out of this list of bands, you've got to choose one to open, one to be the support band, and one to be a headliner. It's something I've been sitting on for a bit, and I found this theme because I found a list of bands that are on their farewell tours, and I've narrowed it down to 5. There's a few bands on farewell tours at the moment. For the 5 bands... Sorry, what was that, Bill?
Oh, nothing. No, keep going. I'm not disorganized or anything. I forgot about the game. All right, I forgot about the game, and I've written down Aerosmith, Whitesnake, the Eagles, Kiss. I'm like, shit, who was the 5th band? So I'm
Mr. Big and Whitesnake are the ones you haven't got written down there.
Mr. Big, yeah. Sorry.
All right, it's all good. Don't stress. But anyway, so the 5 bands you have to choose from because they're on their current farewell tours, or farewell shows, maybe not tour, farewell shows. Aerosmith, Eagles, Kiss, Mr. Big, and Whitesnake. They're the 5 bands you have to choose from. From that, you have to choose only 3. One to open, one to be support, one to headline. That's it. That is the rules. Pretty straightforward. Let's see how this one goes. We haven't done it before. It's the first time for this one. So let's go to Conrad first. How'd you land?
I would go with Mr. Big to open.
Nice.
And then followed by Whitesnake, followed by Aerosmith.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice lineup there.
That would be my lineup for that, yeah.
Cool. Belle, did you get any time for any thoughts there, or are you...
I just had some time then. Well, I was looking for my pen. So okay, look, this is purely based on my personal
that's all it's meant to be.
preferences. I would have Whitesnake opening because out of all these bands, they're my favorites. I understand they're not the biggest, but I don't care. This is my concert. So Whitesnake opening, and I would have Aerosmith supporting.
Wow.
And then Kiss opening. How weird is that? But that's where I would go with that.
I think Kiss would say, fuck you.
I know. I know.
Yeah. That's fine. That's cool.
That's what I would
I think I was thinking of it more in the sense of who's the bigger bands than
but there's no right or wrong. It's just a case of what you think up for you. Yeah. It can be a case of what you think will sell the most tickets, or just what you want to see live. You know what I mean? It can be either way. It's just a case of it's just an open-ended little game here. For mine, it's actually kind of similar to everyone's, or the other two so far, but a different order. So for opening for me, I do have Whitesnake as the opener on this one. So they'd start the night off for mine. Then I have support band being Kiss. And I'm going to go with Aerosmith as my headliner. I know that Kiss could arguably the bigger household name, but I just think Aerosmith are more talented and hence deserve to have the top billing. That's my personal point of view on that one. All righty. Jeff, how'd you go with the exercise?
Yeah, look, I liked it. That was kind of fun. So I had, I just went, bands that I want to see in the order I want to see them. So Mr. Big to open. I love them. I think they're great. And I think the energy that they bring would help set the mood and the stage for Whitesnake, who is supporting Kiss.
Nice. Okay.
So that's how I do it. So all 3 of those bands I've never seen. So not that I've seen the Eagles or Aerosmith either. Yeah. But the Eagles were kind of like, Yeah, hell still hasn't froze over, so I'm not really interested.
I like the Eagles.
I do too.
Like the Eagles, yeah.
I do too, but I think without Glenn Fry, nah, it's not the same.
I get it. I did mine in the order I did because I wanted to I thought that Whitesnake open, Aerosmith the close with Kiss in between is like a good little way to sort of begin and end the surf kind of thing. But there we go. Alrighty, Dave, this could be hard for you.
No, it's actually really easy. Andrew, bro, we've been doing this way too long, man. It's exactly the same as yours.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I know when we reviewed Whitesnake, everyone wanted to cut my fucking head off, but I do like them. They are a good band. They'd be fucking great live. Okay. And Kiss, they're not Aerosmith. I love Kiss, but Kiss would be great support. And then Aerosmith, greatest American rock band of all time. They can fucking bring it home.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, I know I picked, I put Eagles and Mr. Big in there. Mr. Big probably deserve a little more love in this category overall than possibly Eagles. So I love both bands, but it's just one of those things where you have to pick three. And
I can't do the Eagles. I love classic rock, but I just can't fucking like the Eagles.
I like the Eagles. I have for a long, long time. So there we go.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see if the audience have anything to add on this one. What do we got here? So Taryn says Whitesnake. Chris says, I'm more of the dude. I fucking hate the Eagles, man. So there we go.
Eagles are death metal. They're better.
Yeah. What do we got here? Darren says, Whitesnake, Aerosmith, Mr. Big. Nice. Cool.
That's what I had, but not in that order.
Yeah. Edge Crusher says, Mr. Big to open, Aerosmith, and finish up with Whitesnake. Nice. Okay, cool. Keep the thoughts coming. It's a different game to play. It's just something that we, just thought we'd have some fun with it. But yeah, so pick one band to open, one band to close, and one band to be the support band in between. That is Aerosmith, Eagles, Kiss, Mr. Big, Whitesnake. Those are the bands to choose from. Have at it. Have some fun. There we go. Bash is gone. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're keeping well. Way to go, Andrew and Dave. Great choice with Aerosmith headlining. Happy to make you happy there. So there we are. Alrighty. On to our Builder Band, the Glam edition. Last week we chose producers. This week we are choosing album art. Belle, I hope you've got the results with you because just need to correct me if I'm wrong because I know you've collated
I'll say them to you, but that's okay. I've got them here.
I have them. Oh. Just want to make sure that I don't get. I want to make sure I don't get a different result to you. Is what I'm getting at.
Okay. Do you agree though with my final scoring method, or would you rather give me the upper hand on the scoring?
No, I said give you the upper hand, so I gave you
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I replied to you. Oh my goodness, here we go.
You did.
I did. Yes, I did. Nicole said Eagles, Mr. Big, Whitesnake. Cool, nice lineup there too. So there we go. Jeff wants more bands in variety in the game. So we'll work that out next time around. So we will get to that. I promise. All right, I just did something quick to try and start it off. I didn't know how to go, so I thought I'd start off a bit smaller, and then we can sort of branch out from there. All righty. So last time around, we did the producers. I chose... Now, let's go in different order. So Dave picked Nick Raskulinich. Conrad chose Mike Klink. I chose Michael Wagner. Bell chose Bo Hill, and Jeff chose Bob Rock. That was to be the producers for these supergroups last week. Out of that, the scoring is, Dave, you completely whiffed, man. No one voted for yours at all.
Oh, man.
No, not a single vote.
Who was it?
Nick Raskulinich. So no one gave any points there for that one. Conrad, you followed up from that. You came in with 20 points with Mike Klink, so not quite as much love there for it, but you got some, which is cool.
Cool.
I got third place on this one with Michael Wagner, which I was relatively content with. That's okay. Which means that Bell... We actually got split by like half a vote, which is a weird way to look at it. But Belle got second place for this one with Bo Hill. So she got 40 points added to her total, which means that, Jeff, you took it out. You got Bob Rock. 50 points for you, my friend.
Thank you, people. Thank you.
Yeah. There we go. I could have gone tactical, but it hasn't worked for me in the past. I went with the one I wanted to go with, and it bit me in the ass anyway. So I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Can't guess.
Did any of you get to that song that other song I recommended?
I did, I did. Yes, I did.
That rap song.
I listened to it right afterwards.
I wanted to, yeah.
That rap song.
You're right. You're spot on. It's Megadeth, very inspired.
I do want to hear it. I've got it saved. I've just got to sit down and listen
all right.
to it.
I'll have your thoughts on it when you get to it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Which means that as things stand currently, when we go through the score overall, so Belle, just proof me as I go through here. Coming in at number 5 is Dave on 160 points. I'm coming in second last on 170. Conrad, you're in the middle of the pack, 185. Belle has been pipped. She's now second on 215, which means Jeff has now taken the lead on 220. So there's only 5 points between you, though. So
wow,
that is
close. Yeah,
hang on,
very, very close.
I don't think so.
No,
because when I split you and I for third and fourth, we got 35 points each.
But I didn't split it. I gave you second.
Yeah, which means I should have an extra 5 points, giving me 225, not 220.
You had, oh no, sorry, you would be right there, wouldn't you? No, you would be right.
We neck and neck.
My mistake.
Ooh.
Wow. No, you're right. My mistake. Because
Andrew and maths. Yeah, got to watch him. Got to watch this boy.
I did fail maths in school.
I would have said it like it on top, but I guess I'll take it anyway.
Okay, it's fine. We'll flip you by 5 points each. Okay, so Belle gets 225. So she is in the lead. This is why I asked you to check me, Belle.
Well, I didn't. I wish I had but that's okay.
That's okay. I
and then
was in first place for a microsecond. I'll take it. It's fine.
You never win, mate.
Hang on. To be honest, here there's only 5 points in it. So there's literally 5 points in this one. So
and I have last pick of the artist. So
I know this is where it gets a bit challenging. So it's Dave, then me, then Conrad in the middle with Jeff and Belle, 5 points apart in the front. Dave and I can't win this one. So we are too far behind now to take this out. Conrad, you're in with a shot. So we'll see what happens over the next week with this one. But now we're going to choose our album artists. So for this one, it's pretty straightforward. Go through, find some album art you like and go for it, which means that the draft order for this time round actually starts off with the two of us that can't win it. So Dave, over to you.
All right. I'm going to go Slate of the Grind. I think it was done by David Björk, something like that. Yeah, about that.
Yep.
Yeah, Sam's dead.
There we go. That's what I was going to pick as well, but unfortunately, not there anymore. So I'm actually, there's a few out there that are pretty cool. I think Rat have a great collection of artwork actually, but I'm going to go with something different here. I'm going to go with the artwork from the Sweet album Cut Above the Rest, as done by Norman Goodman. That was something about it. I mean, if you do audio stuff and you know the tape splicing kind of thing, which is a funny little way they put the artwork on that particular album, so they got my attention. So I want to go with Norman Goodman to do mine from there. All right, Jeff, your call.
I think I'm going to go with Hugh Syme.
Okay,
on this one. He did a Warrant album. Yeah.
He did a Warrant album.
He did.
Wow, he's done everyone.
I know. I never. Yeah, he's just like. Yeah.
He's done loads of people.
It wasn't Dirty Rotten.
No, I think it was Dog Eat Dog. I think.
Well, some of my favorite bands too, like Rush, Megadeth, Queensryche.
Yep.
He's done album covers for all of them.
Done heaps. He's done a lot. That one. Yeah, no, it's an interesting one, that one. Just for everyone out there that is tuning in for the first time, the bands we have to choose from for this one have to be linked in some way, shape, or form to Motley Crue, Warrant, Rat, Skid Row, and The Sweet. That's just for context there. I didn't go.
And the artist for the artwork has to have done one of these as well.
Yes.
So I don't know the artists too well. So,
which is funny because you're up next, Conrad.
I was going to say Robert Williams, who did the Appetite for Destruction thing. Well, that wasn't done for the album. That was a different piece of artwork for a different era.
Yeah.
They used it. But anyway, you can't use him. So I guess I'll go with out of those bands. Yeah, we've got The Sweet, we've got Rat, we've got Warrant, we've got Skid Row's been snapped up already, and Motley Crue. Okay. I'll take the Rat dude.
Okay, there's a couple there to choose from. Do you have a particular album in mind?
Well, I guess it's got to have some scantily clad chick on the front, hasn't it? It's got to have some 80s girl with a big bouffant.
Didn't Mark Weiss film or snap that photo for Rat, the Out of the Cellar album?
Out of the Cellar. Something trashy.
It might have been
incredibly
Marquise.
trashy.
As it was
Misogynistic.
that warrant,
Yeah.
it was Cherry Pie that Hugh Simon did.
Right.
Okay, there you go. I'm just going to quickly go through here. Bob Defrin did the art direction for Out of the Cellar.
Right. So just something completely and utterly inappropriate. Something you'd never be able to get away with today. smell the glove level.
Yeah, invasion of privacy. There you go.
Glove level.
Smell the glove level. Album cover.
I have to say, glam covers are not, compared to like metal, heavy metal and power metal and basically any other metal genre. Glam covers is just kind of shitty.
Well, yeah,
it's interesting, isn't it?
They have a scantily clad girl on the front, and maybe some flames.
It's glam, but even so, they're just kind of crap.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Bob Defrin because he seems to be the art director for that overall, which we can certainly run with that, I reckon. So,
I don't know them, sorry, and as I don't,
that's all right. I'm just trying to make sure.
I'm just kind of going. Okay, well, who's available? And
yeah. Now, Bob Defrin is the one that you're thinking of that does that iconic cover. So there we go. Out of the Cellar for you.
All right. Something.
Alrighty.
Trashy.
Nice and trashy. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So, Belle, you get to bring it on.
The trashier, the better.
This leaves me with all 5 because I had to pick 5, right? It leaves me with all 5 of my picks. I can't believe they're all here.
That's a first.
I get number 1, which is this guy here.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was a nice piece.
How could you not pick that? That is awesome.
And that is
Mark Ryden, yeah. Who also did this. I've been carting these around with me for like since our brand new.
Yeah.
I thought of that. But yeah, he's quite an interesting piece.
So I want him, please, because he's cool. I love those album covers.
I think we can arrange that one. Sorry, which was the? Sorry, just give me the name again.
Mark Ryden. So that's Mark Ryden. Is that what you want? The name?
Yes, please. Thank you. That's all good. That's what I just wanted to have there. Just because we start going through, I know it's there, but I just wanted to double check names and shit. It wasn't quite coming through for me. That's cool. I've got that noted down now. So, just to recap, everyone here, Dave went with Dave Björk, which is funny. I took Norman Goodman. Jeff has Hugh Sign. Connor has Bob Defrin, and Belle chose Mark Ryden. So, let's see how this one goes. We'll do a poll for this one over the coming days, and then when we get together next, we'll go through and find the overall winner of this one. So, we'll see how we go. Here we go. Chris says, I changed my mind. Bo Hill now gets my vote for producer as I heard Mr. Rainmaker on my gym workout playlist. Oh, damn, it's so great.
The best song on that album. The best. Yeah. I love that song.
Yeah. Nice Darren's gone once again. Premature celebration, Jeff.
Yep, that's my life story.
And Rowan says, I had that Dirty Rotten as a t-shirt back in the day. That is very cool. There we go. We'll poll over that over the coming week. So just make sure you keep your eyes peeled, and we'll do a count up and let you all know how this goes later on. Alrighty, so that brings us now towards the end of proceedings, where we start to go through to our King of the Riff. Now it's time to go to round 2. So in the comments, in the description box, as is always the case, you're going to find links to reference tracks. So for Dimmu Borgir, we've chosen Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, and for Volbeat, we've chosen Lola Montez.
Are you sure?
What? No.
What?
Wasn't it Death Cut Armageddon?
Yeah, it was Death Cut Armageddon.
Yeah, the reference track.
Okay.
You said the album. I had a heart attack. I thought we did the wrong fucking album.
The wrong album. Yeah.
Reference track.
Okay.
Listen to me. So just for anyone else that's confused out there, like our esteemed co-host here, we have a reference track for Dimmu Borgir called Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, and the reference track for Volbeat is Lola Montez. These come from the albums Death Cut Armageddon and Outlaw Gentlemen and Shady Ladies.
I knew what you meant.
Dave, thank you, Conrad. On the same fucking brain train there.
Fuck.
What?
You two have just blown your load and you're done for the night.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah,
Brain's
you're
been-
right.
yeah.
You've gone flaccid and sleepy.
That was a good game of soggy biscuit, wasn't it?
Dave, you have the whitest teeth I've ever come across. Just keep smiling, my friend.
It's the fucking light.
Yeah,
I'm not usually this
wow.
pale.
This is wonderful. All right, so for reference here, we are putting these two albums head to head. So it's Dimmu Borgir with Death Cut Armageddon going up against Volbeat, Outlaw, Gentlemen, Shady Ladies. This is the second round of our Nordic bands King of the Riff series. This is the second of the wildcard rounds. So these are the ones that it's all win and go home, but these are the ones that this is number 7 seed versus number 10 seed to see which one goes through to the next round. We'll get stuck into this one pretty quick. Let's see. Let's go to Conrad first on this one. How'd you go? Which way did you land on this one?
No surprises here.
No, not really, but anyway.
Look, Demon Burger, as I call them.
Demon Burger.
Oh man, that sounds like a great name for a horror movie.
Oh, wow.
Demon Burger.
Demon Burger, as I
This is like have Demon Burger and Matt
Extra
Rabbit
onions?
on the same lineup, and we're happy. Like,
Demon Burger.
Angry
Oh,
onions on that. Yeah.
they're not my.
Oh, I can work with that, man.
Burger, choppy chips.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not my bag. Yeah, no, I don't do Demon
Yeah.
Burger, but
Oh.
but you're a fan of
But,
Volbeat anyway.
not just for the spirit, not just for
No.
my spirituality and faith, but just musically, it doesn't flick my switch. However, these guys, I believe, are like the Metallica of their genre. They're like the biggest in that genre. They're super talented of that genre.
Yep.
So I'll give them props and fair dues in regards to musicality. That obviously got something going on, or they wouldn't be as successful as they are. There must be something there, but it's just not for me. It doesn't really flip my switch, this stuff. However, up against Volbeat, who I find much better songwriters and a lot more musically talented. But people are going to say, well, that's comparing apples to oranges there on this one.
This is a weird battle, but we are going to get those.
It's a very different genre completely. But I think for me, it's going to be Volbeat hands down by a country mile. Just a more interesting kind of sound, combining country and western with rockabilly, psychobilly, and thrash metal at the same time. With this kind of misfit Danzig vocal as well. It's fucking it just ticks every single box. And it's just brilliant. And I've been fortunate enough to have caught these guys about 5 times now, and
they're good
just
live
every time. Every time I'm just completely blown away. So they're awesome. They're a very underrated band.
Yes,
in Australia, incredibly underrated. It's a shame that they're not massive out there, but they're huge over here in Europe. They headline festivals over here. They're massive and play big places. So, I mean, they came out there and played the Gershwin Room. I saw them.
They have done the festivals too, like Soundwave and that.
They did. That was their side shows with the Gershwin. I saw them in Sydney doing their own show in a place on Oxford Street in a factory, and it was tiny. It was tiny, but it was fantastic because you get to see them up and close. But I'm never going to get to see them up and close like that ever again. Because they're huge over here. They're just enormous. So but no, it's definitely Volbeat for me.
Nicely done. All right, let's move over to Jeff next. How'd you go?
Okay, well, I've got my review here. All right. So, Dimmu Borgir, Death Cut Armageddon, 2003. So I'll start off by saying that my exposure to this band has been quite limited. I knew that there had been a collaboration with them, the band Camelot, on their epic Black Halo album back in 2005, when Shaggorath was adding some really cool and guttural vocals and vocal melodies and growls that shake you to your core, especially on the song The March of Mephisto. At that time, I was heavily into Camelot, and I had listened to their entire catalog. And I was obviously very much into symphonic metal as a whole, so I had fallen in love with them musically. So when a band like Dimmu Borgir, was on that album, and I'm like, who are these guys? They were kind of out of my wheelhouse, so to speak. But because of my association to Camelot, I investigated them and found that there was a few songs that I quite liked. And they were, next level dark, scary as fuck. This was Halloween embodied into a band, visually and musically. What's not to love, right?
Yep.
So when I heard that I was going to be, I have to listen to one of their albums and review one of their albums and take a deep dive into it, I was stoked.
Cool.
So this would give me the perfect excuse to sit back with a good pair of noise canceling headphones in the dark and just let the music take me places. Caution be damned.
Yep.
So Dimmu Borgir, a Norwegian symphonic black metal band. Symphonic black metal?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? So back in the day, I didn't even know such a thing existed, really. So where do I start? Okay, so how about epic songs dripping with atmosphere and color, with plenty of light and shade, both to their extremes. You get the deepest blacks contrasted against the brightest whites. There's no room here for gray or half-assed anything. It's full on all of the time. So to dismiss them as just another black metal band would be doing them and yourself a great disservice.
Agree.
Here was a band that was crafting not just music with each song, but instead music that feels like an entire film score in itself. You get wicked blast beat drumming, grinding guitar, guttural vocals, pulverizing bass, with a backdrop of pervasive melodies, sinister orchestral choirs, an epic soundscape, all songs, if you will, that are held together in a rich and decadent symphonic glue. Each song sounds like it was lifted note for note from some dark horror movie soundtrack, and yet it wasn't. It exists only between the gatefold covers of these grand albums. So who makes music like this? Well, Dimmu Borgir does.
Yep.
And while there are others out there who are trying to copy and produce their style of music, as it's becoming more and more popular these days, I'm sure that there's no one quite does it the same as they do, with the quite same level of panache and style that these guys bring to the music. This is music that dares to take the listener on a musical journey. Even if you can't understand the lyrics, you're taken away and transported to another realm, another place, another time. When was the last time music did that for you? That makes the music they write universal in theme and scope. And this album and the band is not to be missed. All right.
Nice.
Volbeat. Outlaw Gentlemen and Shady Ladies, 2013. I think I've only known about Volbeat for the last 4 or 5 years or so, and in that time, I found myself liking most of what I've heard. But I must begin my review with one major gripe that I have. While I love all of the music that is heard here, I'm not a huge fan of the singing. I'm not a huge fan of the vocalist. I don't hate Michael Poulsen's voice, and I don't think he's a terrible singer, but there's just something here that I don't like. Maybe it's the tone or timbre, but whatever it is, it bothers me and it detracts me from my overall enjoyment.
Okay.
Sometimes I can almost hear a Hetfield-like quality in his vocals, especially when he ends every vocal phrasing, with his complimentary "yeah" on the end of every song and everything. It's like what he's trying to channel Hetfield, and I Hetfield's been doing it for 40 years, and as far as I'm concerned, he does it and it sounds good. So if you haven't heard that, if you haven't heard the Hetfield reference, if you think I'm crazy, next time you listen to Volbeat, now that I've said it, you'll hear it and you'll know what I mean. Now they say that imitation is the highest form of flattery until it isn't. And here it just doesn't work for me.
Wow.
That said, I won't take anything away from them. They are an excellent band, and the music heard here, as on their other albums, is top notch. Even if sometimes, if they can sound a little over familiar, you can't fault them. Now, this probably explains why they're so popular. They have that accessible sound that is reminiscent of things heard before by other bands. There's a lot in here, and you can really, the more you listen, you can really start to hear other bands. And I mentioned Hetfield. There's Metallica stuff in here. There's even Nightwish stuff in here, believe it or not. If you listen to some of the way the guitars go, you can hear some Nightwish rhythms. But all of it is great. This is instant earworm type stuff that gets in your head and stays there for days. And that's the sign of good music.
Mm.
However, if one really pushes the envelope, one could say the same about ABBA. But I won't let that last remark spoil my review, even if I do love ABBA. Volbeat know how to write catchy melodies and fantastic, memorable songs. And as I said, their songs are great. Even if I don't care for his singing personally, it's the vocals here that as soon as you hear a second of Michael Poulsen open his mouth, you know it's Volbeat. It's just boom. And that's not an easy thing to do. So I think this album shines. And for what they bring to the table, there isn't a bad song to be found here. Littered on this standout album is Room 24 with King Diamond, which is just amazing. The Nameless One, Dead But Rising, The Hangman's Body Count, Doc Holliday, and or Holiday rather, and the epic album closer, Our Loved Ones, which is just fantastic. All in all, I think this album is a fantastic album, and it's hard to fault anything, even with my personal gripe of Poulsen's voice. This is an album and a band that needs to be listened to and enjoyed. So how do I choose between these two amazing albums? Well, someone has to win. And the other band was going to go home. So I don't know who that is, and it's a very hard choice. But I feel that the band here that comes across more so than the other as willing to take chances and producing music that is just a bit more epic than the other. My vote, therefore, has to go with Dimmu Borgir and Death Cut Armageddon.
Nice. All right, cool. 1-1 so far. Setting it up nicely. All right, I'm going to go next. Like last week, the first wild card round, this is another battle between two very distinctly different styles. Black metal, again, like last week, but this one it goes up against sort of infectious heavy rock. So two very different releases. On the Dimmu Borgir side of things, this is really quite grand for all of its brutality. There's some really good use of different vocal ranges, for example. There's almost, I think, 3 different basically frequency response areas that the vocalist uses across the songs, which is wonderfully done. That's just the harsh stuff. There's also some really nice orchestration as well. The contrast, the use of an actual, I think it was like the Prague Orchestra they used for this one, that the contrast that brought to these songs is really well done. Look no further than the reference track, Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, for proof of all this and more. There's also a great clean vocal moment in that song, which is just simply epic. It's so well fucking done. When they wanted to use clean vocals, they just knocked it out of the park. Great use of mix on this one to really bring the haunting side of things into play, really into your focus. Lepers Among Us is a great example of that. I love the push and pull, and there's a creepy laugh in that song as well. Like, there's a lot to take in here. But there's great overlays all over this album too, like, you know, vocals, guitar licks, things like that. Remember, this is all with an orchestra as well, which is, it's huge. The amount of atmosphere put into one album sounds phenomenal. And a lot of black metal, like I've critiqued in the past, and Dave said earlier tonight, it gets sounded like it's recorded in a tin shed. This sounds fucking phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely sounds phenomenal. The mixing is.
This is why you'll have these black metal purists that'll turn around and say it's not true black
metal.
I
know, and I get that.
It doesn't sound like it's recorded on a tape deck. You know, basically.
I know.
It's mayhem. It's not real
funny.
black metal. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny in that context too, because this, I think around this time the band started to get a little bit of backlash in that. And in terms of the satanic side of things, this one is actually not quite as definitely evil in that regard as other albums are in the genre, and even other albums from this band. This one seems to have a bit more play in it, a bit more storytelling, as opposed to quote unquote preaching, or whatever you want to put it as. So this is in its own way a more accessible album of the genre overall. It's one of those ones that's a sneaky one. It'll get under your skin. I love the composition across it as well. When they use groove, it's fucking perfect. I forget that I'm going to try to pronounce this one, but Vredesbeard is a great example. It's a short moment in there where the groove just really gets used strongly, but it's such a great moment there. And all over this album, there's great writing, great performances, the lot. If you enjoy that style of music, this is definitely a must-listen album for mine. It's so well put together. There's even cool use of little samples in this one, like for the world to dictate our death. Like there's little samples in there. This really has so much to take in and enjoy. I love the choir in that as well as even choir in this. There's piano, there's harmonies. It's just phenomenal. It's got serious energy, serious intensity. It's some great light, shade, and space all across the album. It's really damn well put together, and that's why I say even if you're not into this style of music, generally speaking, it's one of those ones. It's a sneaky kind of a gateway. It'll attract more people than you might think it will, which is huge to take in. On the flip side of that, you go to this hard rock, metal, psychobilly workings of Volbeat. These guys do what they do incredibly well, and they always impress. I remember reviewing this album actually when it came out, and I was really happy with it back then, and it hasn't lost anything for me in 10 years. It's funny to think that it's so old, and there's 10 years apart in these albums, and this one's 10 years old now. These songs stay with you all those years later. Like I reviewed it in 2013, and half of these songs I was saying, oh, yeah, I remember this one. And that's a mark of, like Jeff said, great songwriting. Like it just stays with you. It doesn't go away. There's something unique and distinctive about this band. Now, you may not like it, but I do think it's to do with Paulson's vocals. But they just write good songs that are so accessible, it's not even funny. We have albums of complete opposites here. You got Dimmu Borgir, which is more accessible than what a lot of people might think, just not as accessible as this one is clearly meant to be. Both albums, they have great lyrics and really well-rounded stories when you dig into them. Extremely different vibes. Both are strong in that regard. And both albums are longer ones. They both tick in at about the hour mark, but they both move along really nicely. They fly by to spin. For all the credit I give to groove on the Dimmu Borgir one, it's hard to say this album isn't the stronger one of those two albums. When it comes to using groove, Volbeat do it better than so many other bands. It's just insane. But Volbeat have another thing. They have the hooks. There's so damn many hooks on this album. They're so well done. You'll be singing along in no time to these songs, and I love the vocal tone for me personally as well. I think there's something about it for me which is just enchanting, and I take it in easily. There's plenty of heat in this one, though. Like the riffing on Debit Rising is cool, chunky. They always have great gear changes across their songs. And if that's not enough, you've got the Doomy Room 24, which has been referenced with, which features none other than King Diamond, who seems to have his fingerprints all over this fucking battle series for this one. But yeah, but that performance was great, and the 1-2 punch of those two vocalists working together was actually really nice. The Western influence on this one is cool. The drumming patterns have great swing. This is another album with a lot more than meets the eye going on. Both of these albums have a lot to take in on repeat listens, and I think you'll find on both these albums, especially the Dimmu Borgir album, but on both albums, you will find new things every single time you spin it to get your attention. Great mixing on the Volbeat one, great writing, great performances. You can't fault either of these albums for this. And again, on the Volbeat one, there's great use of space and harmony. There's more great layering as well. I love the acoustic and the keys in Lola Montez. The duet on Lonesome Rider is fun as well. That's a lot of fun. And that's what this album is compared to the other one. It's just fun. They even did a great job of squeezing a cover in on this one and making it really fit the whole vibe. The My Body song from Young and the Giant. It's a cover in the middle of the album. They made it feel like it just belonged there. This flows well. It's got great peaks and troughs. I love the gear change all over it. Nice bites of darkness in it as well. More than you might think. It's a sneaky kind of an album when it comes to the darker side of things and the Volbeat things. But at the end of the day, you got two very different albums, but they're both equally riveting in their own way. It's honestly, you can enjoy both of them just fine as far as I'm concerned. But like Jeff said, you have to choose one. And despite how well both are executed, there is one that I'm going to reach for first off of the shelf. If you put both these ones side by side and go, okay, choose one, I'm going to go for the one that has a little bit more fun in it for me. So I'm going to go with Volbeat, Outlaw Gentlemen, and Shady Ladies for my choice on this one. So it's 2 versus 1. And now we're going to throw over to Dave. Over to you.
Okay. So I'll start with Volbeat. Volbeat are fucking awesome band. This is an awesome album. I like his vocals. I think they really have some character. I get a similarity between Hetfield, but yeah, I just think he's his own person. But if you like westerns and Loner Outlaws and all that shit and rock and roll and rockabilly, you should enjoy this band. And I'm a movie nerd. I love fucking westerns.
Yeah,
old school westerns, not the throwback shit. They have an awesome style and swing to their songs, and they're just an absolute joy to listen to. Pearl Heart has just such an earworm chorus and melody. It's impossible to be in a shit mood while you're listening to that song. It's the ultimate mood lifter. Yeah. And it's been one of many songs that's been stuck in my head this week. It's been an enlightening week with a lot of very different music. Yep. Really good storytelling in the lyrics. Great diverse listen from start to finish. Even with the rockabilly influences, they still got very heavy riffs at times. As mentioned, Dead But Rising and Room 24, they're just full on metal stuff. Great guest appearance from King Diamond. I could listen to this album all day, and I have pretty much because it's been on constant rotation.
Yeah.
Now we get to Dimmu Borgir, or Demon Burger. I fucking love that. I'm going to work with that. Now, this is the first time I've ever listened to this band. Black metal. I don't get along with black metal, but fucking wow, why didn't anybody tell me how fucking good this is? Holy shit.
So
I'm really surprised. Black metal is not my thing, but symphonic black metal, more of this. I like this.
Wow.
The symphonic stuff is a gateway to black metal. Okay. Wow. It started out as I expected. Full on riffing and drums and growling vocals. And I'm like, fuck, how am I going to get for an hour of this? Within 2 minutes of the first song, there's this melodic shift. The keys come in. There's a lot more shifts and dynamics than the most of the black metal shit that I've heard. Like, okay, you've got my attention in the first song. Good production certainly helps as well, where you can actually hear what they're doing. Now, the vocals are harsh, but there's some character in the delivery, which stops them from being monotonous, which is a fucking thumbs up. The funny thing is, as the album went on, I could actually start to hear words and sentences. I thought maybe the vocals get less harsh as it goes along. But on each subsequent listen, the earlier songs become a lot more coherent as well. If I'm possessed, or I've become accustomed to this style of vocals very fucking quickly.
Finally. It's taken you how long?
You've drunk the Kool-Aid.
With the right band. With the right band. But yeah, this is a lot more coherent than I thought it would be. And the more you listen to it, the more you get it, the more you discover of each song. Prodigies of the Great Apocalypse, there's an awesome scream towards the end of it. I have to admit, though, the first time I heard that, it made me think of Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. So for the rest of the album, I had this picture of Skeletor.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get you, He-Man. I'll get you, He-Man.
All I've got is that meme where he runs in and then runs out again. Like, that's just, oh, my God.
But yeah, but that's gone now with each subsequent listen. Now, Lepers Among Us, that's more fresh than black metal, I found. And the female spoken word part of that was a nice touch. Some killer guitar melodies in there. It's an extreme listen, but there's also lots of room to breathe, which is great. The track order flows very well, very in tempos. Blood Hunger Doctrine has some really nice piano lines. The symphonic elements in that I thought were done exceptionally well. The vocal delivery is done really well in that too. There's personality to his growls. There's distinction. Eradication Instincts Define. What the fuck? This is a massive change of pace, at least for starters. Then it gets down to business. But that comes on, I'm just like, when the fuck do we hit Fantasia? Jesus Christ. Every song on here is epic. I'm really curious to check out a lot more from this band.
Wow.
I was expecting this to be an easy week, but both of these albums are fantastic and both deserve to go through. I can easily enjoy both depending on what mood I'm in. And me being me, this covers a lot of my bizarre psyche. Dimmu Borgir is kind of a solitary listen, whereas Volbeat are a party band.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want. Now, both these albums are worlds apart, but I found them to be a perfect antidote to each other because I was listening to them side by side. And probably part of why this has been an interesting week. Perfect balance to get through a workday. Now, speaking of balance, I'm going to use Mr. Miyagi's word of wisdom about applying balance to life. Last week, I went with the light, with Nightwish over Merciful Fate, but this week, I got to embrace my inner darkness.
Wow.
Oh.
There's more to discover on Death Cut Armageddon, I think, so I'm going Dimmu Borgir.
Wow.
Demon Burger.
Didn't expect that.
Wow.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Welcome to the club.
Wow. Now, don't get me wrong, I chose Volbeat, but I'm going to be happy either way. Like, I love both these albums, but Bill, guess what?
It's all on
you. Get to decide it.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd have to do that.
No pressure.
Wow. Okay, cool. Again. All right. So I'll start with Volbeat. I had never heard anything from this band before. Wow. Therefore, I had no idea what I was in for.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in preparation to listen to this album, I did no preparation. I wanted to go into this
Yeah.
without any information that might give me preconceived ideas.
Yep.
Or even just the genre would do that. So
Yeah.
didn't even know that. So on Saturday, I had stuff to do around the house. So I chucked on my headphones and left my phone up here on this desk and went downstairs and, did stuff. So the instrumental that kicks off this album is not an indicator of the style of music to come because I soon discovered that no two songs are alike.
Yes.
The second track, Pearl Heart, was an awesome upbeat hard rock track. The Nameless one started out the same, but then went rockabilly for a while, thinking, okay, wow, that's cool. And then back to hard rock. And by this point, I was thinking, okay, I'm intrigued. The next track had this thrashy intro, which actually made me start laughing. So I thought, we're in for a fun ride here. By this point, I was in the kitchen making myself lunch.
Yep.
I was chopping up mushrooms. I specifically remember this. I was chopping up mushrooms when this...
Hopefully not like that.
Okay, chopping up mushrooms. And this doomy Black Sabbath-y kind of song comes on. And I'm thinking, damn, boys, there's another Left Turn Nice. And I literally froze mid-chop. I thought, shit, is that King Diamond singing? And it was, as I discovered, like, how could you mistake it anyway?
Yeah.
And so it went on. Each song brought with it a new vibe. They are definitely not one-trick ponies. These guys seem to be able to play any kind of music they want, and they do it really well. I'm trying to think of another band that have brought out an album like that, without it being a parody, and I can't. I cannot think of one.
Their last album's good too. Their newest one's good as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking out more of these guys.
They don't put out shite.
No, they've got good albums all the way through.
They're consistent. They're
quality,
consistent.
yeah.
Very consistent band.
It's there. The singer nailed everything. I think he has an excellent voice.
Yep.
And yes, I agree. I even wrote down he sounds like James Hetfield sometimes, just the way he expresses certain phrasing and that at the end, or just the tone of his voice. But I don't have a problem with that.
Similar vocal ranges too, which does lean into that.
He's got that fast vibrato as well. He's just got a similar voice. People have similar voices. And
people are in saying that, people are going to make the comparisons to Hetfield, but Hetfield took an awful lot from Danzig. Took a shit ton from Danzig. So the whole Misfits thing, I mean, who would know who the Misfits are if it wasn't for Metallica? Not a lot of people,
Yeah,
Misfits owe a lot of their fame to Metallica because of their T-shirts, and so they took a lot from Danzig's vocal style. So,
it all goes
this is an influence again on Michael Pilson as well, the Volbeat. So it's a very
that's his name, isn't it?
Yeah, Michael Pilson.
Yeah. Well, he's really good. He's all the songs were different, but his singing was similar, and that kind of made it cohesive, I guess. So
he's the anchor.
He's great. I like his singing. So I didn't think there was any weak tracks on this album. And as I said, it's just another band I need to dig into. Okay, on to Dimmu Borgir. Like Shady Ladies, I actually hadn't heard this album before, but I did know the genre of this band, and I had heard a song, maybe two songs of theirs before. So I thought I knew what I was in for. Something pretty good. Enjoyable, clearly liked by people, given it made the top 10.
Yes.
This album blew my damn head off.
Wow.
I had no idea music like this existed 20 years ago.
Wow.
Because probably I had my head stuck up nu metal's ass 20 years ago. But in saying that, maybe I wouldn't have been ready for this.
That's a fair point.
I probably wouldn't have been. I probably wouldn't have not liked it. Probably wouldn't have liked it, I should say. But this is the kind of black metal that I do like. My husband is a massive black metal fan.
Cool.
He's been trying to get me into this genre for a really long time. And for a really long time, I've been telling him where to stick it. He loves the old stuff, like all that shitty tin shed stuff that you guys were talking about. There's some old Mayhem, Marduk. I don't like that stuff at all. But in recent years, I've found my own way there via a more melodic pathway. And we still don't really like the same music, which is fine. But this is so much more engaging to me. It has that symphonic element that I love, which seems to work with heaps of different styles of metal. And these guys use it to full effect. The orchestra complements what the band is doing so well. But look, these songs, I think they're so good that they would stand on their own just as well.
Yeah.
The vocals are really good. And I'm a bit picky with harsh vocals, believe it or not. And I think this guy is great. And I'm wondering if he's still in the band. But
Shagrath, oh yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, cool. Okay. Yeah, he does a good job.
Yep.
The clean vocals at the moment with the choir in what's it called? Progenies of the Great Apocalypse. Is stunning.
Epic.
Is that him or is that someone else?
That's him.
That's him. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I wish you did more of that, to be honest, because it was fucking huge.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, that section, like sort of towards the end, you know, and there was this sweeping piano in there I thought was incredible too. I could bang on about every song in this album, but I won't. It was ridiculous good, and I became a fan overnight of this band. So, look, I'd be happy if either album go through, but because I have to vote, I've decided to represent the heavier side of music because it's generally my preference, and because there isn't anything else in the top 10 like this or even close to it. So I want to try and keep this one in the mix. So I'm voting for Death Cut Armageddon.
Wow, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have a winner. Ding, ding, ding. So Dimmu Borgir gets to go through over Volbeat.
I didn't expect that, actually.
I actually didn't either, to be fair. I thought we'd end up in a different direction there.
I got it.
Me either.
It's just epic, and especially if you've come into it never having heard it, you're going to be left like holy fuck, how do they write this? How is it possible? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So,
especially I found this one to be really riveting on the deep dive. Like when you listen with headphones on, you lock yourself away with it. It's like, oh my goodness, that's
what I did. I mean, I've heard it before, but you know, just bits and pieces here and there. This is just.
It was amazing how quick this album grew on me, and I was surprised.
I think out of the responses we got tonight, look, Dave, you were the biggest surprise for me. I didn't think you'd go.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all right, Conrad. You and I can be on the outside this time around. We'll go.
We're the ones that got taste.
I don't know, go with that.
Hey man, you were the one that brought up the Demon Burger.
Yeah. Well, Demon Burger that's gonna stick now. You know that.
That just made me hungry. All right.
It reminds me of, like, there's a movie called Motel Hell, where there's this like this guy who runs a motel and he feeds people to other people. It's kind of cool.
There's a video for Progenies of the Great Apocalypse. I know I'd seen it before. I'm sure there is. And it's just like they look like it's Halloween, really. It's you know, not the band.
It's Halloween in an album. Like it's everything you want out of Halloween. Yeah,
that's right.
It's so good. Like I'm like I would have liked to see Volbeat go through. It was my pick, but at the same time, I'm going to be happy to listen to the album again. So we'll see what happens. But whenever we get to it, I'm not sure when we're going to do it next. But the next two albums to go head to head, the 4th and 5th seed, we're going to change it up. We're going to go Europe, the Final Countdown versus Stradivarius Visions. Those are two again different albums, but it's going to be interesting to see how that plays. So Europe versus Stradivarius is the next go around.
Okay, cool.
Let's see what the audience have to say about this particular battle, Dimmu Borgir versus Volbeat, though. Vinny says, God, I love Lola Montez, such a fun party atmospheric vibe. And the story behind that song, too, like the actual person, is fucking remarkable. She actually toured Australia, Lola Montez, which is in like Gold Rush era time. She was in Ballarat and stuff, so work that out. All right, Darren had a crack at the two flaccid ones over there going, Jeff Dave's been the same forever for his reference tracks. So there we go. Back at the start of the process there.
I zoned out for a minute. I came back in as Andrew was talking. Sorry.
Nicole voted Volbeat, but Dimmu Borgir for that one. That was the nickname. All right. Michael says Volbeat by a mile for me. Not sure if on an island with this one, but the vocals remind me of Bob Mould. Of Bob Mould and also XTC so much. Great fusion metal band, and this is a great album. Okay, nice. Good point there. Good point. But Darren says completely opposite view to Conrad. Found Volbeat patchy. Took me a few sessions to get through. There we go. Followed up with Dimmu Borgir. Was like listening to a horror fantasy movie. What an album. The use of piano and orchestral tones was brilliant. I'm a fan of Popeye vocals. These guys fucking rock. So there we go. But Darren says, don't get the Hetfield comparison. There we go. No. Masters of the Universe. There we go. That was the skeletal moment there. But Michael says, for me, the Hetfield thing is there is occasionally, it's there occasionally in terms of delivery, not vocal quality. Fair enough there.
Delivery thing.
Okay, sorry. Darren's corrected us. Vortex does the clean vocals. Okay, cool. There you go. But Michael has chimed in saying, I fully expected this outcome. So there we go. Just for the record, it was the Dimmu Borgir album was the higher seed. So it was the one that was in the top 10. So Volbeat was number 10. Dimmu Borgir is number 7. So, it is that whole thing where it is, if we're going by, which way the audience voted overall, then we are keeping in trend with that currently speaking. But that said, there are always upsets. So let's see what happens next time around. But for now, that brings us to the conclusion of the show. So make sure to check us out on television every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. on Channel 44 in Adelaide, and every Saturday night on Channel 31 in Melbourne at 10:30 p.m. You can watch both those broadcasts on TV in your local region. Or if you're elsewhere, you can watch it online at ctvplus.org.au or also via the CTV Plus app. You get that on your phone via App Store or the Google Play Store or whatever else you got going on there. Like I said, I'm not too sure what's going to be coming up with things because my whole life is about to turn upside down. So I do appreciate the patience. It's been good to for the record here, like you guys being supportive has been fantastic and helpful to me on the Sunday sessions where people are saying things just like, do what you got to do. We'll be here when you get back kind of thing. I really do appreciate the kind words to support the patients because it is a big deal that I'm going through and just means a lot to me to have, the support of you guys here, the people watching and the Patreon supporters and you guys watching at home as well. It's been nice to get that bit of a chop out. Once I'm settled in, it's going to be really, really good. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be able to spend a bit more time on the show. Hopefully that's the plan. But it's just a case of just, got to get through the next few weeks. But when we do get back to it, we are doing Europe versus Stradivarius next time around. We're going to do all the usual stuff as well. More games, more silly and more fun to enjoy. We'll get back to the Sunday sessions as soon as we can. I'm not sure if I'll have time for that either, unfortunately. It's just where it's going to play out at the moment. But I do have plans. So if things are going the way I think they're going to go, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bring forward, because we're going to plan to air the 3 Queen special segments that Dave and I filmed a little while ago. We're going to try and air those ones on Thursday nights as live stream, quote unquote, pre-recorded stuff. So you will still get something from us each week if it all goes to plan. But I will keep it posted in case it doesn't. And then we'll try and jump in with another live stream here or there as well where I can. I'll see how things, break up with the move back and forth. And if it all settles in as quickly as I think it will, then it'll only be a few weeks. Then we're back into the swing of things, not too far away. But that's about where it's at, I think. What do we got here? So, sorry, what do we got here? Rowan says, didn't get the art finished. I'll post on Discord. Please do. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Darren says, awesome show, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Nicole says, it's a huge move. Just do what you need to do. We'll still be here when you get back. Thank you. That really does mean a lot to hear people saying those things. Darren says, take it easy and hope the move goes well. We're all set up. It's just a matter of getting it done now. And Michael says, great fun listening to all content for tonight's show. Face me with Jimmy's track and Edge of Darkness. Cool. If you're here tuning in either later on or live, get in the comments and let us know what, your standout thing, either a new discovery or, what you found to be the most fun part or the most enjoyable music or whatever else. Just, let us know some of your highlights so we can sort of take some feedback on board as well. But before we get out of here, we do have to do the usual, and we're going to feed the bin. So let's do the rounds. We made Belle go last time. So Belle, you can go first this time. What is in the bin?
Oh, no. Okay. No? So, yeah, I didn't have a bin, but then I thought of one at the start of the show.
You did.
That's kind of pathetic, really. But My
Shady
bin
was
has been. I'm trying to lodge a passport application for
Mhm.
my son. Yeah,
Mhm.
and they are
Mhm.
so picky. Like it's been rejected 3 times now.
Really?
Yeah. Just for
Welcome
the
to
most
Australia.
petty stuff. Like
Welcome to Australia. Very difficult.
yeah, the witness wrote his mobile number and then he made a mistake and he kind of corrected it,
Yeah.
but didn't initial it. They rejected it for that. Just shit like that. But the most annoying thing is the last time it got rejected, and they didn't pick this up on the first 2 times, was apparently my name on my son's birth certificate is not my actual full name. I've actually got 4 names. I've got 2 middle names.
Yeah.
And only 3 names are on there. And I didn't even notice this. And so they picked it up. So now I have to apply to ACT birth deaths and marriages and get a new birth certificate, and all that takes time.
Oh,
and
wow.
real pain in the ass. And then, lodging it, and then that takes time to get his application. Yeah. So it's just shitting me. I just want to get it sorted. And yeah, that's my bin.
Yeah, it's quicker for me to get a British passport from Australia than it is to get an Australian passport in Australia.
Yeah. I could have done the same thing, Conrad. I could easily do the same thing. I've got the access to British passports as well.
It's quicker. You can get them within, you'll have one within about a month, 6 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, I think, return.
Yeah.
I got one about 3 weeks, but then the other way around, doing it from Australia, in Australia, get an Australian passport, even being an Australian citizen with all the documentation.
Yeah.
That takes forever.
And they're expensive. They're really expensive. Outrageously overpriced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I've got to pay for a new birth certificate too. So I'm irritated.
That sucks. That's a good bin. That's a very, very deserving bin. Let's go, Jeff, next. What have you got?
Gene Simmons is a wanker. So Gene Simmons has come out and he has said, Gene Simmons is a good bass player. There's no question, right? But Gene Simmons had come out in the audacity to say that he remembers when he went on tour with Rush in 1974 on, in 75, basically saying to Rush and Geddy, hey, I'll teach you how to play some of that bass and I'll teach you some, blues scales. I think the problem is that Gene's memory is faded and it was Geddy teaching fucking Gene. There's no fucking way that Gene would have went, let me teach you some bass, and Geddy would have went, yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah. Come on, Gene. Come on. Like Geddy is like, all you have to do is listen to the music. Now, admittedly, the first Rush album is not like the prog showcase that the later stuff was.
No, but it's
But you
bluesy.
can listen to the bass stuff, and there's a lot of blues bass stuff on there, and it didn't come from Gene Simmons. I cannot wait. I'm hoping that Geddy, he's a class act. He's probably not going to go, Gene, you're full of shit. He's probably going to go, yeah. No, he won't say anything. But he's probably having a laugh, and Alex would be going, what's he smoking? What's he on?
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, because I know that's what, I saw that today. A buddy of mine posted that, and I went, yep, that's Gene is just full of shit. Simple. So in the bin, Gene.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. Fair enough.
I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, I can get that one. All right, that's fun. Let's go to Conrad. What's in the bin for you this week?
I guess, well, I think probably I'm getting a bit fed up with it, and it's probably elaborating on what Jeff just said. Just rock stars that are trashing former members, like in the press.
Yeah.
People,
yeah.
I get annoyed with it with the Mustaine bashers from the ex-members, because I think that, they haven't got a leg to stand on, to be honest, half of them.
Yeah.
And one came out recently, the Drovers, and said, we got no problem with him at all. He was fantastic. He was brilliant. It was awesome. Don't have a complaint. So, there's that. I get annoyed with it. So it's not just targeted at a specific band. I'm just saying, when you finish in a band, and I don't think it should be aired in the public eye. I don't think things should be, if they got nasty and they got horrible and you should keep it out of the press. You shouldn't be trashing people in the press like that in the rock world. There's enough negativity and hatred in the world as it is without reading it in the rock press. And you want to escape that. You don't want your rock stars fighting one one another. You don't want your
Yeah.
bands fighting
Yeah.
each other. It's really disappointing to read it. And I
Yeah.
understand the reasons why. I get it, but
And the media will run it too because it's clickbait. It'll generate clicks.
it is. And I think
Yeah.
also things get taken out of context by these
Definitely.
sites, and
Yep.
they twist them for clickbait. And
Yep.
they'll take a little snippet of what someone said
Mhm.
and use it for a headline for clickbait
Yep.
without reading the whole rest of the article and
Without
that sort of
fail.
stuff.
Yep.
So I guess it's just I don't know what how I'm wording what can go in the bin here. It's just
Letting
Stop.
bygones be bygones would be a good
yeah,
thing.
stop the,
Yeah.
the trashing, stop the
Yeah.
trashing, stop the trash talking
Yep.
of previous members. Just stop doing it.
That's ironic.
Did you know Dave Mustaine was in Metallica?
Shit like that.
What?
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I never missed that.
When?
And he,
Oh,
apparently he might have written a song or two as well.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
said.
just wanted to show
He
you.
invented thrash.
I just want to show you how cool this is. I just noticed this came in the post today.
Don't need to put you on solo
You might be
layout.
able to see it. It's Nico McBrain is on a stamp over here.
Oh wow,
Oh
Yeah.
my
that's
God.
Yeah,
awesome.
Iron
That's
Maiden.
cool.
Iron Maiden, Nico McBrain's on a stamp. I'm trying to get the
Wow.
That's
angle right.
fucking phenomenal.
It is.
Just
It's
a little
killer.
to your right.
Right, yeah, there.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
There we go. And I'll bring it in.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
perfect.
I
Ah,
like
there
that.
we go. Wonderful. That is cool.
That's
That's
awesome.
so cool.
I didn't know. I had no
That's awesome.
idea until I got it today. And I was like,
That's
oh my
so
God.
cool. Yeah, you'll be keeping that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Now they're making stamp
Love
collecting
it.
cool again, the fuckers. Like,
Yeah. How to make exactly. You want kids to collect stamps? This is how you do it.
yeah. All right, Dave. Tell me you're going to bin something other than cold weather.
Oh, I'd love to, but yeah, no, something else that happened in an otherwise good week. It's been a good week. Been listening to lots of music at work. That's my happy spot.
Yeah.
But I'm at work, and I'm upstairs in the mezzanine near where the vats are that we mixed everything up. And a lot of the batches will start with some sunflower oil or castor oil or something. They come in 1 ton big containers.
Yep.
So we use the pallet jack it up, walkie stacker actually, not a pallet jack. It
Yeah.
doesn't go up that high, to the mezzanine and through the gate.
Yep.
Fill up a bucket, take it around to the vat. Pretty simple process until the fucking tap blows off this 1 ton container and
Oh,
fucking oil
shit.
goes everywhere.
No.
Yeah. So picture that scene in Die Hard where the fire's coming up and Bruce Willis was like, shit. Yeah. Pretty much what happened.
No.
Oh no.
But yeah, it wasn't so much the mess itself, it was the cleanup. So you had to get the fucking
Yeah.
sawdust and oil is not easy to clean up.
Pain in the
Especially
ass.
yeah. So messy spills can get in the bin.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't miss that. Used to work in food kitchens. I mean, if the oil from the oil fryers used to spill on the floor, it was
Yep.
get
Not
a
fun.
lot of salt and off you go. Dry it up and shovel it up. It was the fucking worst. All right. For me, it is everything's going well, but I'm going to put it in the bin anyway. That whole thing where just when you're moving house in general, doesn't matter how big or small the move is, when you're moving house in general, and just that final stage of just packing, living out of boxes, cleaning up as you go, and just that last sort of week, that feeling of just being temporarily wherever you are, it's just fucked. That feeling can get in the bin because you want to be like you've packed everything up, you want to be out, you want to be just done, right? And then. But you can't yet because the other places, you know, I mean, like that whole situation of flux for like 1 or 2 weeks there can just get in the fucking bin. It's just a pain in the ass. So
Become very
Petty?
accustomed to it.
yes, I know, but everyone's done it. Everyone's done it. So everyone knows exactly what I'm
I've lost
talking about.
count.
Yeah.
That particular
count.
feeling.
And
Yeah.
paying rent on 2
Yes.
places at once.
Yes,
Mm.
Oh,
all of it.
that's
All of it.
horrible.
Being in 2 places at the same time, but not because you
And
can't.
having to pay rent on both. Yeah,
I know.
lots
And
of both.
utilities and all that sort of
Yeah.
shit, getting it all set up and all that sort of nonsense. It's, oh my
Yep.
goodness. It's like you pay internet, you pay fucking phone, you pay all these things, electricity, gas, right? You pay it all in 2 places at the same time, along with your rent. It's like, oh my goodness, that whole thing, that logistical bullshit in the middle there can get in the bin. But otherwise, everything's good. It's just that whole like it doesn't matter how big your move is. You could be moving next door. It's the same shit every single time.
Yep.
Oh well, there we go. Let's see if the audience have anything for the bin tonight. So Michael says, have a great move. Look forward to this when it all happens. It will happen again soon. Don't worry. Darren says, fucking government departments put all the fuckers in the bin. Well, Sorry
Yes.
about
Sorry, Bill.
There we go. Darren says, Gene Simmons, turn me off, kiss, a complete flog. This is where the trash talking can be negative for a lot of people. Darren says, have you heard Mustang? Darren says, well done, Dave. What do we got? Nicole says, there are heaps of stamp sets out there of Maiden. Yes, there have been different ones. There have been all over the years. I want to get them all.
I
It's
didn't
like
know.
Pokemon,
I had no idea. Yeah.
It's like Pokemon, but for people that care about stamps. Got to catch them all. Michael says former members fighting should be okay. For example, Nita Strauss could fight Demi Lovato maybe in Jelly. So there we go.
I'm not saying a damn thing because Julia might be watching.
That's well done. Because I'll say it for you. Dave's sitting there thinking this is a soggy dream come true. There we go.
Not a dream.
What do we got here? Basher says, in the bins of the Queensland Rangers are handing out sticks to visitors to Fraser Island to fend off the dingoes who are wanting to eat them. Yeah, that whole thing's a bit of a mess. Just, I don't know if anyone heard about it. I don't know the details, but someone got chased or attacked by a dingo on an island, but that's because people keep feeding the fucking animals. Leave the animals in their space and they'll leave you in yours. Now they're hunting them down. They want to euthanize them. It's like, I don't believe in doing that. It doesn't accomplish shit. Because it's a pack learned behavior. It's just what the hell. You know, at some point, the world does fight back, and that's why orcas are taking out ships now. And I love it. I'm all for it. The orcas can ruin the ships and keep us the fuck out of the ocean. We don't belong there.
That's right.
So that's how it works. At some point, it'll all come back and bite us all, literally and figuratively, in the ass. But anyway, that's what humanity does every single time. There's another bin for everyone. All right, I think that'll do us. Anything else anyone wants to quickly get off the chest here? Or hang on one more. Rowan says, image is ready. I'll post a copy in Discord now. Okay, cool. Give me a second here. I might, if we're quick, I might be able to pull this up. Where am I at? Well done, Rowan. You've done very quickly on that one. I'm trying to find where it's going to come through. I'm waiting. This is like gold standard television right now where you're sitting there trying to...
By the way, what's the Stradivarius album that we're doing?
The Stradivarius album... Sorry, Dave?
Visions?
Visions, yeah, that's the one.
Visions, yeah, okay.
Visions. So if for those that actually, what I should do now is for those that want to know everything that's going on in that, for those that are paying attention tonight, I'm going to do you all a solid here. We have a King of the Riff playlist on Spotify. So you can check out all the albums that are there, and that'll get you through what you want to see. So in the comments now, it's only in the comments. Darren's gone tick, tick, tick. But in the comments now, there is a link to our Spotify playlist, which goes to King of the Riff, which right now, if you're watching, I'm going to go through and take out Volbeat because they have been knocked out. So scroll down.
Yes.
I know, I'm with you, but here we are. All right, that album gets removed from the playlist. So now there is left in there, there is Nightwish, there is Dimmu Borgir, there is King Diamond, there is Stradivarius, there's Europe, there's Crash Diet, there's Amon Amarth, and there is DAD. So you can go and check out all the albums that are left, and that'll be the easiest reference point for you to go and check out because we are next time around. We go to Discord. I assume Belle has it open.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool. Shit. That's phenomenal.
Amazing.
Wow. Okay, that's...
Oh, I'm going to pull that up on the screen.
I'm going to grab that now. That is phenomenal, man. Wow. Give me a second here. You're going to want to see this, folks. I do apologize. I got to wait for... I keep Discord closed on my computer because it does do the whole didn't thing all the time. Now, how do I download this thing? Download. Save image. There we go. All right, save.
Rowan.
Download to... I'll save it to desktop. Sorry, folks. I know this is fucking boring as shit right now. Just give me a moment. It'll be worth it. Because then I can go as THRSO3. There it is. I'll move that into the other folder that I've got set up for this shit, which is good. Sorry, folks. Like I said, just bear with me for a moment because I've got to put it in the right folder that links to this platform here so you can all see it. For stream. Then I will go present. Share screen. No, not that one. What was it? Oh, I've got it uploaded in here. Sorry. Yeah, people are seeing it. Rowan's gone. Biggest post didn't 100% finish. We got the idea across. Hopefully, Darren says awesome work, Rowan. So, like I said, it is going to be worth seeing this one. I'm going to quickly add.
Good.
Where do I do this one? Here it is. Add an overlay. Add overlay. Sorry. No, not my laser file. That's different stuff. Full screen.
His OnlyFans collection. We don't want to see that either.
No, not that one. All right, here we go. It's uploading now. So this is the real time, just how we do this one. So here we go. This is the picture that has been done for Fred, which is awesome. So there we go.
Oh,
wow. So
Isn't it amazing?
That's phenomenal. I really do appreciate that, Rowan. That's absolutely phenomenal.
So nice.
That's cool.
That's really good.
Yeah, if you want, I can send you a different. I've got images of Fred. Like we have, Fred has to be one of the most documented dogs of all time. Just putting it into context, because we had him on the TV show pretty much the whole time. Almost, I think maybe the first 6-12 months he wasn't in any way, shape, or form visible on there. But yeah, so Fred has just been documented. There's photos, videos. I'm going to do like a super cut one day. One day I'll do a super cut. But yeah, that's phenomenal.
That'd be awesome. I've met Fred. He was awesome.
You did.
Yeah.
He was a phenomenal beast. A rare dog indeed. But no, thank you very much for that, Ron. Really do appreciate
awesome.
it. Nicole's gone, that's bloody awesome. So there you go. There's a little special treat for everyone that stuck around into the closing time of that one. But yeah, no, I do greatly appreciate that, Rowan. That means a lot. We'll look forward to showing Jodie that in tomorrow as well, because Jodie,
She'll love it.
yeah, she will love it. Rowan's asked, was Fred a rescue? No, Fred wasn't a rescue actually. Fred was raised from pup. Michael says, nice pick, well done. No, Fred was raised from pup. We have rescues now, but no, Fred was a freebie from a farm actually in Queensland, not around the corner from where we're moving to, was where we got Fred from originally. So He was a Queensland dog originally, and he got to 9.5 years old. The rest of his litter all passed away at about 4.5, 5.5 years old. So he did a lot longer than the rest of his litter. But he was a Rottweiler cross Great Dane. He got to 9.5, which is pretty good for that breed. Usually, for about 8 years old is usually the peak. For the Danes we have now, 8's usually the peak for them. The vets haven't seen one as old as Nala, which was actually remarkable to find that out. She's about to turn 12, and Caesar is about 8 years old, and they're usually pretty cool. By that point in time, Caesar still runs around like a puppy, so you wouldn't think he was 8 years old when you looked at him. So there you go. Roland's gone. Thanks, folks. It's very well deserved. Thank you very much for doing that. I really. It's on your birthday as well, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like that's
Happy
really
birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
Roland's great. Love
That's
Roland.
amazing. So yeah, I loved it, and should be giving you something, not the other way around, but you've given us something very special to share tonight. So thank you very much for that. Really do appreciate it. But on that nice note, I think we'll start to sign off here. We'll catch you all again very soon. I'm not sure exactly when, so just stay with us, keep watching online, and we'll keep up to date with everything that's going on. But until we do see you again next time, which will be soon, I promise that. I'm Andrew.
I'm Dave.
I'm Conrad.
I'm Jeff.
Belle.
Sorry.
Drop the belt.
Jeff went early again. Jeff went early again.
I'm a premature.
Yeah.
Celebrator.
And on that, a premature celebrator. On that note,
as always, you know what to do, folks.
Drink up.
Here we go.
rock on.
Rock on.
See you soon. Speak.